want it, you got it. Reality radio done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents. Here we go!
Yo! Let's go! What's going on? It's Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Good morning to you. Wednesday, July 14th. I'm with my man, Matt. That man.
What's up, babe? What's going on, man?
Good morning, brother. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Just
living the life. Yourself?
Living the life. I'm living the life as well, man. We're lined up on this Wednesday. We're halfway through the week. I got a big show for everyone today. We're giving away tickets to Pop Evil. We know this. Debuting a brand new segment that I'm super excited about. Basically putting everyone that we work with around us on blast one by one to find out.
Yo, I do that all the time.
Right. That's what guys do, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But to find out the true score of your bedroom performance at 6:30. I was going to wait till 7 o'clock hour to debut this, but I'm so excited about it. I want to just, showcase it right away. But around 6:30, we're debuting a segment called The Score Report. Now, here's what happens in the score report. How do you know how good you are in bed? I came up with a theory. Not to ask the one that is in love with you. Ask the ones you've hooked up with, kind of casually, to give you a score on a scale of 1 to 10. So this morning, we're going to have Mucho call an ex-fling of his, and I'm going to ask her questions and get down to the final number to see exactly how good he was in bed when he hooked up with her on a scale of 1 to 10. And that's the score report we're going to do each and every Wednesday starting today. So that's huge. Yesterday afternoon, I talked with Wolfgang Van Halen on a video stream. If some of you might have seen it on the KFMA Facebook page. That was cool. He was a sweetheart of the man. He's performing at the Rialto Theater on August 29th, the day before he is opening up for Guns N' Roses. And, and it was a good conversation. I got a couple notes from the Razor saying, some of my questions were a little long-winded, but they were long-winded because I was purposely avoiding talking about his dad. There's too many interviews where the people want to keep talking about this kid's dead dad, and it's unfair. It's like, his dad passed away. His dad's a legend. We know this. Now let's focus on what this guy is trying to do. He actually put out a fantastic album. He's a talented musician, and he's overcoming because honestly, he grew up with, all the resources you can have, and that's actually detrimental to an artist, I believe. But somehow, some way, even with all that, he was able to, cultivate and produce music that I could connect to.
And that's major, to still get out the shadow of your dad and still produce good music and good quality work. Right.
And even just being an artist in general, when you have these resources and money and everything, you're not that starving artist. You're not driven. Or having to suffer for it. Usually it's that kind of pain that gives you the fuel for the creativity.
Exactly.
But
how many child celebrities do you know that try to be artists?
Exactly.
It just flopped.
Right. And it could have easily been that case. And, I kind of let him know that, this album that he put out, Mammoth WVH, which is a throwback reference to his dad's first band, I told him it could have flopped easily. It didn't have to be number one. It's number one right now based off the songs. But I said straight up, your name recognition wasn't going to be enough to sell this record. I don't believe so. I don't think everyone just I can't wait to rock out to Eddie Van Halen's son. Nobody said that.
Exactly. Right. I remember there was something on TV a long time ago. Remember this show called Run's House? It was with Rev Run. So the kid gets a record deal. And the guy, the CEO, says, you're here because of your dad, but you won't sell because of your dad.
Yeah.
It's just a real thing, man.
And it's facts. And the fact of the matter is he didn't sell.
Yeah, exactly. One of the children's stars we're talking about. So
yeah. So that could easily happen to Wolfgang.
Exactly.
And it's not. And so, he's stepping out, he's being a front man, and then he's opening up for Guns N' Roses, and that's going to be pretty epic. So
super dope.
Yeah, if you want to see that interview, it's still on the KFMA Facebook page, so you could check that out. It was pretty cool, doing the live interview. But at 1:00 in the afternoon, I will say this: that's out of my element. I'm a morning guy through and through. I wake up early, man, balls early, and that's early. So 1:00, all the caffeine has depleted from my system. I'm on fumes. The bags under my eyes are full on, and I just can't wait to not be working. And so, I grinded through for this opportunity to talk with him, and it was cool. It was worth it. It was 15 minutes, 5 minutes over. But I would play a clip, to showcase for you, but I don't need to. It's on the interwebs. You guys could check it out. And I'll be giving away tickets for Wolfgang's show again, not this week, but soon enough, as we lead up to his big Rialto show, which is cool because it's essentially like a rehearsal before he gets in front of 10,000 people. It's him practicing at the Rialto, showcasing, tightening up his set, and then going up north to Phoenix the very next night and open for Guns N' Roses. And that's not an easy gig because sometimes Axl doesn't like to hit the stage on time.
Oh, man.
So you might have to do 2 sets.
Yeah, I was about to say, you better better bring enough songs.
Yeah. You make some, just jam out some songs, get ready to do some covers, make it like a 3-hour thing.
Oh, man.
I want to say congratulations.
Pressure.
Yeah. Lots of pressure. I want to say congratulations to WandaVision, Marvel's WandaVision. Did you watch the show when it came out?
I didn't.
You got to. It's actually really good. When it first came out, I was on the fence. I wasn't really into it. But then by episode 2 and episode 3, probably, I was full on board. And it just received an astounding 23 Emmy nominations.
What?
23, which I think is a record, but people love that show so much, and the Academy loved it that much more.
It's crazy. It's hard for me to watch the DC shows or the Marvel shows because there's not enough violence.
Right.
So, all right, I'm gonna have to check it out. WandaVision.
And it's not like there's a lot of violence in this, Right. I mean, they get to the superhero fights later on in the season, but most of it is kind of laying down the groundwork, and it's all psychological. And it was a very creative approach to a superhero or a comic show. And a lot of people didn't see it coming. And I think that's why it received so many awards, but it was a good show overall. Better than the Captain America Winter Soldier follow-up. And I don't know if it's as good or better than Loki, but Loki today is the season finale of Loki. And it's trending on Twitter right now because Disney Plus released it at midnight last night. I'm trying to avoid Twitter from any spoilers. So I'm looking forward to checking that out when I get off of the show today. So once again, congratulations to WandaVision. If you enjoyed WandaVision, it's a win for all of you as well. I mean, 23 nominations, they're guaranteed to win something. Yeah. All right.
That'd be messed up if they didn't.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm never coming back here. Go ahead.
Real quick recap. We got the score report coming up. Tickets for Pop Evil with a game that we're calling Pop Goes the Evil. We're also going to feature some brand new music from a band that I really love, who's doing big things this year, and the KFMA. That's a segment that I'm going to debut later on in the show as well. So let's get into the music and get this show moving. And give me a call, 600 KFMA. Here's the Offspring on Rock 102.1. It's Beef Vegan Presents. And clear.
Nice. That's crazy. The rise of woke coke.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Woke coke.
Or ethically sourced cocaine. So this is...
Don't give too much of the information out. We got the streamers watching. Good morning, everybody. Roll call. Let's see where you're at here. Need my... There we go. All right, let's go through some of these comments. Good morning. Oh, yeah. That's what I meant to mention on the show open. We'll get to it. Let's go to the phones. Rock on 2.1. Who's this?
It's Tony.
What's up, dude?
What's up, Beef?
What can I do you for?
Hey, man, I was just wondering, you guys got anything going on with Candlebox coming to town?
Not this week. Candlebox, I think, was given away. Tickets were given away with Razor. Let me check real quick to see if he's giving out any of those tickets to Candlebox.
All right, cool.
Yeah, hold on. I'm checking real quick. Because this week I just have FC Tucson and Pop Evil. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're giving away any Candlebox tickets this week.
Yeah. All right, cool, man. Appreciate it, bud.
Hey, no problem. Thank you. Later, brother. Yeah, but we are giving away tickets to Korn next week. That's our big ticket giveaway that we're giving out next week, and I'm excited about that. Good morning, Mike. Good morning, Nick. Welcome to the stream. Laura, good morning, gorgeous. Rick, good morning. Let's see, it's not great. Okay, Nick, you think the Falcon and Winter Soldier was better, huh? I'm gonna have to agree to disagree on that. These are all comments on the stream. If I know you're not seeing this, Matt, that's why you need your.
I need a computer.
Good morning, Pauline. You need a computer. You need to be able to see this stuff.
Yeah, man.
Ben, what's going on, brother? Jonathan, coming with a new show finally. That's right.
Yeah.
And we're just getting started, Jonathan.
Just getting started.
Yeah, there's a lot, with so many pieces to this puzzle, we're just finding out what fits and how to utilize and maximize everybody's talent.
The first radio DJ mixtape.
Yeah, that's right. I like that. Let's see. Jennifer on YouTube. Good morning from all the chunky cholos. Odele. What's up, Mangos? Good morning, Emily. Good morning, Danny. All right, so, man, I'm so excited for this this score report. I got to make sure I have everything lined up. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm ready for it. I hope you're ready for it. It's pretty cool. I'm not dropping a mixtape. This show is a mixtape. The way that we have different personalities in every morning. And then today when Aaron's coming in a little bit later. So then there'll be the three of us. It's going to be Matt Man, myself, and Aaron. And then Matt, he's going to try to continue his streak with these games. The last week he beat DJ Lance in 90s trivia. Right?
Yep. 90s me.
So in
I got gypped though. You did gyp me. I said America Online. Got me on that one.
Yes. Well, technically you're wrong. Technically. It's the Beef Vegan Presents Competitive League. Everybody is competing against each other. The season kicked off last week with Matt versus Lance, and it's going to continue today. And essentially we're tallying up the records. We're going to see who is the game master by the end of the season. I don't even know how long the season's going to be honest with you. Maybe it'll be a book. Like we're in the beginning of a ratings book. A ratings book is about 2.5, 3 months. So we're at the beginning of that. It's a shortened season. I blame COVID. So at the beginning of it, once we get towards the end of this book, we'll have a good idea of who's in the lead in the league, and then we'll come up with a prize for the winner, and then have some kind of repercussions for the loser. I got distracted. I keep looking at my watch for no reason. My YouTube link. I'm gonna have to put it. I'm going to put it here in the comments because I can't customize it yet, but I think I'll be able to customize it and make it Beef Vegan Presents here soon. And then as soon as I am able to do that, the radio station will make me broadcast from the KFMA Facebook page. So there you go. There's the YouTube link. If you guys want to watch on YouTube, if it sounds better, let me know how the sound's working for you. You know what? Let's do Woke Coke next.
Got
Got to.
We got to.
Yeah, I'm going to tease it here.
Crazy.
You got 45 seconds, and then I'm just going to do a quick tease, okay?
All right.
Hey, if you were to guess out of major cities in the United States, which city would be the most stressed? Which would it be?
Most stressed?
The most stressed out city.
I'm going to say Miami.
Miami.
Yeah.
Because you're thinking woke coke right now. So you're thinking cocaine. So that's why you're thinking that. Miami's incorrect. I'll let you know here after this tease.
LA?
Not LA. All right, stop guessing.
All right.
Man, all this woke culture, it's affecting everything, even our cocaine. I'll tell you more next as I introduce to you woke coke. All right, that was my tease. Okay, so you said LA.
If you
Wrong.
do a rail, do you just like everything's unlocked?
Oh, you don't know?
Yeah, man.
Oh, no, yeah. You do the woke coke?
Yeah.
And then you're just like,
yeah. Did you know?
Gender is a construct. You know? All right. So you said LA is the second most stressed city.
Yeah.
On the comments, Jamie says Tucson. Nope, Tucson's not the most stressed.
We got plenty of weed here not to be.
Right. It's legal now, so that helps. Chicago is what Big Daddy Tucson said. That is incorrect.
I'd be stressed knowing that everybody gets murdered there. So,
well, speaking of murder, New York. Mike said New York, and honestly, New York City right now is a war zone.
Yeah.
I mean, Chicago and New York, they call Chicago Chirac, so both of them are pretty bad. But New York right now, just random people. I came across a story, and this is horrific, and not the morning good story that I like to share with you to start off your day. But there was a shirtless guy. This is like in his 20s, and he walks up to a stranger. Stranger's walking down the street, so he walks up behind the stranger and then just douses him with boiling hot water.
What?
Yes, for no reason whatsoever. Nobody knows what the reason is. They're looking for this guy right now. This is just in New York City, and unfortunately, there's stories like this making the news like each and every day.
As horrific and terrible as that is, and it truly is, but the level of like patience you have to boil some water, walk out the house, and walk down the street with just a pot of water. Like, I mean,
that's true.
I won't say it's impressive, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, you really wanted to hit somebody with that water.
Well, it's New York City. People are walking down or walking by you every 2 seconds.
That's fair.
Yeah, and he's probably just in a bodega.
I guess I'm saying is like I hate like pouring out pasta water from the stove to the sink of a small apartment. So I guess I don't know. It kind of shows how lazy I am.
Yeah. All right, more guesses here on the video stream as far as what the most stressed city in America is. David says Seattle. That's not the correct answer. Kirsten said Santa Monica or Venice. That's incorrect as well.
Watch it be Boise, Idaho. I'm gonna die laughing.
No, it's not Boise. It's not Boise. Oh, what's up, Boozy? My boy Boozy's on the stream.
Boozy, what up?
Yeah. And he said, Boozy in the motherfucking house. Welcome to the stream, son.
Yeah.
Okay, so there was a lot of good guesses. Unfortunately, all of them were incorrect. According to this recent survey, the most stressed city in America, which has nothing to do with their football team, is Cleveland. See why I mentioned that? Because the Cleveland Browns suck. That's going to add some stress, but it's a study that included financial stress, family stress, and health and safety stress. Now, rounding out the top three, so Cleveland is number one, and none of you guessed Cleveland, but you know, Cleveland, I could see it. I can see that being a stress. Yeah.
LeBron left, like that's stressful.
That is stressful.
That was like a whole bunch of money for the city of Cleveland.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then Detroit, number two.
That makes sense.
Yep, and New Orleans, number three.
It's hot down there.
The humidity gets people stressed.
Really, you think people get stressed? Like you got Mardi Gras, you got like it's a constant party in New Orleans. I can't imagine
that would get old if you live there. You know what I mean?
A parade down your street.
And it's not always the hot ones that show their boobs.
That's mighty stressful.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, put that down. Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah, thanks. I am looking fresh, Boozy. It's a summer of V-necks for me. I'm rocking all V-necks all the time. All right, 10 seconds. Let's get into Woke Coke.
Woke Coke.
Woke Coke? Rock 102.1 KFMA. This is a 2021 story. This screams 2021. But apparently there is a rise of a drug epidemic happening across the pond in the UK because there's a new type of marketing being used to sell cocaine, and they're calling it Woke Coke. Yes. Woke Coke is a thing in the UK for whatever reason. This is real, but basically drug dealers are saying that they're selling this Woke Coke because it's ethically sourced. So there's things like I'm sorry, I'm just laughing in my head because how can you even say with a straight face that this cocaine is ethically sourced? From what? The streets of Colombia? It's like the blood that runs through the streets is clean.
It's like the grass-fed beef of cocaine. Like, what is that?
Exactly.
Cage-free eggs of cocaine.
They also dub the Woke Coke as with tags like environmentally friendly.
What?
Yeah. But experts do warn that this move is nothing but a very clever marketing ploy. So at $200 a gram, they're simply boosting the obscene profits that the drug lords make in trade. So if you get caught buying Woke Coke, just know that you're a sucker, and the only thing woke about you is the fact that you're on Coke and you're not going to be sleeping anytime soon.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Isn't everybody woke when they're on Coke, though?
They're all woke. They're super woke, you know. Cocaine is the most commonly used Class A drug in the UK with almost 1 million users. So there's a sucker being born every minute. So even 1% of them, that's a lot of people buying Woke Coke. So these drug dealers, I guess I'll give it up to them for figuring out a way to make even more money on cocaine, because it's not like cocaine was a drug that the dealers didn't make money off of, right? I mean, you've seen Scarface,
right?
Mansions, everything else. It's a very profitable drug. So Woke Coke is something that we have now come across our radar here in 2021.
We need a Rick James soundbite.
I usually have that, to be honest with you.
It's a hell of a drug.
No, I know. I have that, and my new system here is not set up, and I'm disappointed because I've used that drop probably 100 times at the very least. Yeah. All right, so there you have it. Let me take a quick break because I'm getting ready for a segment that I'm super excited to debut for you, and it's called The Score Report. How good are you in bed? I came up with a system to find out, and that's coming up next. All right. Yeah, I usually have that. Cocaine is a hell of a drug. Drop.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Man.
I know.
Perfect.
I know. I'm devastated. You know, the other day we mentioned...
Ooh, people see me all yawning. Crazy. It's early.
Yeah, don't be yawning. You get people tired. The other day we mentioned that sex is on the rise post-pandemic. And that's because... everyone was on the lockdown. Everyone was scared for their lives. Now that things are loosening up, everyone's loosening up, if you know what I'm saying. So the sex on the rise is not the only thing getting crazy, because there is pretty much every type of party when it comes to concerts, raves, things like that, just seem to be getting nuttier. And now bachelor and bachelorette parties are getting even crazier than they were even pre-pandemic.
Everybody has so much energy and so much juice, man. So it's like, we got to release it now. They got to make up for lost time.
Apparently so. And, they say it's not because the added viral risk. The survey by Wedding Wire asked more than 600 men and women and found out that bachelor and bachelorette parties are now averaging 3 days instead of 2, like they were pre-pandemic. I never been to a 2-day bachelor party. Actually, I take that back. I have. I went to my buddy Sammy's bachelor party in Rocky Point, and that was a whole weekend. and we did have a blast. It was crazy. So yeah, now it's a 3-day weekend that you would do this on. What's the craziest bachelor party? Have you been to a bunch of bachelor parties there, Matt?
I don't know. I don't want to like give them a label, a bachelor party, but people got married and like,
okay,
you know,
let me consider that.
Things happened, but yeah, nah.
All
Bachelor
right.
parties sound like something like when I think of a bachelor party and you see them on the movies and stuff. That's not what happened.
Well, it is if it's a bachelor party that I throw.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me get into some more stats before I tell you a story of a bachelor party that I threw that I'm super proud of. They say naturally this means those parties get more expensive. 51% of people say they're willing to put down $1,000 or more. 74% of men said they're okay with spending more than that than they would have before the pandemic. And 66% of women agreed. Actually, I've known my girlfriend's sister did a bachelorette party in, I want to say Cancun, somewhere in Mexico that was like a week long. So they took the whole week as a bachelorette party, and that's a very expensive bachelorette party.
How do you not get burnt out?
Exactly. Well, you know, spas and stuff like that. Right, you know how chicks do. Yeah. Anyways, with that, I threw a bachelor party for my buddy Ryan, who's my best friend. And this bachelor party that I threw for him made it to where I was not invited or allowed to throw another bachelor party amongst some of my friends. Right. So their wives and or their future wives heard about this bachelor party, and they've known me since like high school, and they're just like, you can't have a bachelor party if beef's going to be involved, period. Oh, now, here's what I did. And I'm very proud of this, okay?
Reputation is everything.
Yeah. Because I'm a creative. I like to think creatively. I would like to do things a little different. So, you know, I helped organize this with my buddy's little brother, who I grew up with as well. And they were thinking party bus. And I'm like, okay, party bus. We could definitely do a party bus. Everyone pitch in 100. And we get like, if we have like 25 people in this bachelor party, that's $2,500. Now, the party bus didn't cost that much. So we need entertainment, right? Well, we got the $2,500 is the budget. Everyone pitching in 100. So I got the bus, then I get all the booze. Now I got to get the entertainment. Now, strippers, very cliche. Not a big fan of the strippers. I'm being honest with you.
I love the shake joint.
No. See, that's not it. You know, you have to do some things differently. You have to take it up another level. So what I did was, instead of hiring strippers for this bachelor party, I hired 2 prostitutes. Now, before you get excited or say, oh no, this is turning for worse, and it turned into some like hooker gangbang. That's not what happened at all. The idea between the 2 escorts, and that was the legal term to call them, was that they were not to give lap dances or get with the guys at all. I didn't even want them touching the guys. I just wanted them to get with each other the entire time while they're on the bus, right? Full-blown lesbian makeout and things in the middle of the bus while we're all partying.
That's kind of dope.
Think like lesbian ice sculpture. That's what it was. And so I had to like call up. I ended up calling up a pimp, you know, I found it on Craigslist or whatever. I forgot it was online. And I was like, here's the deal. You know, I don't want these girls to do anything with the guys. I just want them to full blown bang each other. Could you do that? And he's like, yeah, I think we could do that. And I was like,
I think we could do that.
Yeah. And it's like toys and everything else. He's like, yeah, absolutely. I got 2 girls that are perfect for that. So that's what they did. So there was times where it was so fun on the bus that we didn't go to any bars. We were going to bar hop and things like that. We just ended up driving around the Loop 101 in Phoenix for 4 hours.
Oh, man.
Yeah, with a couple pit stops to go to the bathroom and get more booze. But the rest of the time, you just see guys, you know, just hanging out and then just looking down and seeing 2 girls full-blown get with each other. That was the bachelorette or the bachelor party.
Did they need to take breaks, or was it just like mechanical at that point? Like,
no, they were having a good time. But the pimp, he escorted the escorts, and he said to me at one point, he's like, you know, for an extra $150, I'll bang them too. And I was like, dude, for an extra $150, I should be banging them. I'm not gonna pay you to bang these girls.
Get
out of
girls.
Here. Yeah. That wasn't it's not that kind of show, man.
Kind of finesse me. No,
for real. All right, let me get this ready here. All right, got the Brenda score report, got the Vox Pro. All right, guys, score report with Mucho coming up here in T-minus 23 seconds. All right, 6:31. I'm Rock 102.1 KFMA. It is time for the score report. You excited for this, Matt?
Oh, absolutely, man.
Yeah. So again, the idea is, how do you know how good you are in bed? We ask an ex-fling to rate you on a scale of 1 to 10, and shout out to my man Mucho for being the first person to step up to the plate so we can do this. And let me just get my intro ready, because I'm excited. And I was going to debut this at 7:30, but then I was like, you know what? Let's bump it up. We're going to do the score report right now. Let's go.
And then we started hooking up.
Is this a good thing or a bad thing? Someone tell me how to feel.
And there's our young Romeo now, and whoa, he has scored.
Beef Vegan presents the score report.
Score.
All right, I'm excited about this. It is time for the score report. I had an idea in my head saying, how do you know how good you are in bed truthfully? And the only way you can really find out what your number is on a scale of 1 to 10 is asking an ex who doesn't like you anymore what the honest answer was. And not like an ex-girlfriend that you dated for a couple of years, but like a fling. Because, you know, if you date someone for a long time, you have times when you're a 1, you have times that you're a 10, and everything in between. But if you only get a shot, you got that 1 or 2 shots to show what you got. That's your true score, how good you are in bed. My first friend on the show to do the score report, and you're a brave man for doing this, and I appreciate it, is Mucho. Good morning, Mucho.
Hey, what's up, man?
How you feeling about this score report?
You know, you came to me with this, and I really don't think about it.
You don't think about it?
I don't think about it. I'm not that guy that, you know.
You don't even care if you're good or bad?
I know.
He's a romantic.
I grew up in New York. So.
Yeah, all right. Well, he's a hopeless romantic. Well, we're able to call up Brenda.
Hopeless romantic.
Yeah. Brenda is a girl who Mucho actually dated 3 times. And
dated?
Yeah, well, took her out on dates and hooked up with her twice. So I'm going to call up Brenda right now. Hello, Brenda. Are you there?
Hello.
Hey. Oh, she sounds pretty, Mucho. Good job.
Come on, man.
Now, I called Brenda just to make sure it was okay to ask her this. And I also asked a bunch of questions. I'm going to ask them to you again, Brenda, just to make sure we're on the same page here, because we're looking to get the honest score for Mucho's performance in bed. First and foremost, do you have any feelings for Mucho? Do you have any intentions on trying to get Mucho back into your life?
That would be a no.
No? Is that a hard no, or maybe no, or just no?
Like concrete no. Hard no.
Concrete no. Okay.
Hey, it would actually scare me if she said yes.
Yeah. Well, what was your first impression of Mucho when you guys first started talking?
I mean, he was nice, and he was like, you know, like the kind that like wore like the Adidas pants where you could see like what's happening down there. So it looked good, and like he has a conversation, like worked out, and like the first time, I would say like, you know, good, solid 6.
Okay. Solid 6. So is that going to be your final score for Mucho? A 6? Because that's really good. That's above average.
Well, if we're doing a letter grade, that's like a D. Can I get a 6.5 and get a C minus?
Well, okay. So she said the first time. So you hooked up with him twice. What would you rate him on for the second time? Because I guess things ended after the second time.
Oh my God. So the second time, it's really sad because I would give it a 1.
Oh, what? 1?
Do anything.
Wow.
I need to do everything. I'm sorry, Brenda doesn't do all the work. Okay, like I'm a queen. I don't do all this work. I like I'll cook you a meal, but I need you to like meet me in the middle.
So you went the lazy lover route, Mucho. You didn't put in any work.
Hold on,
Yeah,
man.
I would have rather gone to work. I would have rather have gone to work than have that experience.
First of all, I didn't know we were playing the law of averages over here.
Well, you
You don't
twice.
expect Aaron Judge to go to the plate every time and hit a home run. So if we're gonna do the law of averages here, I need a rubber match. You know what I mean?
Oh, you need a third
Yeah,
time?
because a third time, you never know if I knock it out the park.
Not
you
too
know?
many people get
Maybe I
enough-
can get to a 7.
not too many people get another shot after doing a 1. You know what I mean? Even a player that strikes out a
Come on,
bunch
man.
eventually
you
gets
drink
benched.
a little something, you smoke a little something, you know. As a matter of fact, it was kind of borderline. She taking advantage of me, to be real with you.
So this is your game technique. This is how you're gonna win Brenda
It's
back.
true. Why is it a game if it's true? But
Whoa.
I'm saying, mommy, all I'm saying is number 3, and that's a real score right there. How you gonna base it off an even number? Come on.
Okay,
Stop.
so you're gonna say what you're trying to propose to her to average out your score.
Saying, yeah.
So instead of a 6 or instead of a 1, you would want a 3. Brenda, would you agree with that? Would you give him an overall score of 3? I mean, that'd be nice.
I wouldn't go higher than 4, so yeah, I would give him a 3.
That's what I'm saying, though. You need a third time rubber match. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
This-
you think you can bring it up? So
Yeah,
what do you think you can bring it up
Brenda
to?
obviously knows I can bring it up.
If you actually tried. Well, Brenda, I appreciate you putting Mucho's business out there and for him to know his true score. And if it was on average, that's a 3. But for the ladies out there, on the first time, when he puts in a little effort, the guy could be a 6. And that's pretty good, I guess.
You know, to be honest with you, I could have gotten a -3, a -4. I got mine twice.
Again, just such a romantic, so smooth.
Thank you. I'm more like Duran. I put you in the middle of the ring, no mas.
Brenda, any advice, any parting advice you can give to Mucho before we head out the door here?
Try. I don't know. Just try harder. Like, just don't let me lay there. I'm not a fish.
All right, and that's the score report. Now, yes, I understand the audio is glitchy. That's engineering. I got to fix that. When I replay it, I will replay it later today on the show. I will fix that. That's not going to happen again. So it'll be a little smoother when I play it here in 8 o'clock hour. I like the advice here. Lick it before you stick it, Mucho. Yeah, so overall, the first time he put in the effort, the second time he just gave up. Sounds like it. And she averaged him out as a 3. So he's setting the bar low.
Very low.
Yeah, which is great because I know that we're going to put Matt in the hot seat here eventually. We're going to do DJ Lance next week. So we're going to find out everyone's true score on the show before you know it. And myself included. I'll be last, though. I'm going to wait till everyone else goes through before I put myself through the ringer. But I will, since I'm a fair man. If I'm going to put other people's business out there, I will put my business out there as well. So you can't say I'm not fair. If you were to guess,
by example,
Matt, if you were to guess how good you were on a scale of 1 to 10, what would it be?
You know what? I'm not even going to try to gas it or lie to you, but it'll be a high number. It'd be like in a 9 or 10. The only reason I say the only reason I say that too, the only reason I say that, and it kind of hurt my feelings. I had at least 3 girls tell me that only one of my redeeming qualities is good D. Like they said, like, yeah, this, that, and the other, like, you fucking suck. I hate you. But, if I ever come back, it's because of good dick. And it's just like, man.
Right.
Can I say dick on like the live stream?
Yeah, you can say dick on the live stream.
Good D. Good dick. Yeah. So yeah, that's why I say I give myself like an 8, 9.
No, you said
10.
9, 10.
9,
like,
10.
I'm not going to gaslight you or nothing. I'm a 9 or 10. Solid.
Listen, like,
can I do 11?
I mean, I study this, man. I watch game film.
Yeah, we all watch game film for sure. Thank you, Pornhub.
Exactly.
I don't know if they teach you all the moves though.
They teach me all the moves I need for that game. Like it takes a great player, a good amount of time to really get comfortable with themselves and the flow. So, you know,
yes,
I think I'm at that point now at 30 years old, level of maturity, you know.
That's your 9 or 10. I don't think I'm anywhere near a 9 or 10, to be honest with you. I know it comes down to chemistry. It really does. Well, you know, that's the guys with average D say. It comes down to chemistry because honestly, if you have chemistry with somebody and things just fit, you find that over time. But you know, I guess if you're like Matt, then you know, you make it fit. If you're in a position where
you gotta do spin classes. I'm gonna tell you why. You have the crazy stamina. Yeah.
Yes, you need that. Yes, and I got that.
There you go.
For the most part, yeah. It took me decades to get that down.
I mean, sometimes that's what it takes, man.
For sure. I mean, there's exes or flings that I've hooked up with that I couldn't even call because it ended so quickly. They probably don't even remember at all.
They don't recall it.
Yeah. They're like, we hooked up. I'm like, yeah, totally. Yeah. It was like one of the fondest memories of my life. Like, I don't even know you, man.
If there's one thing I have to leave you with, like at least a decent experience because of moments like this. The last thing I want is for any of my exes to call in and say, yo, that was trash. Like, yo, throw that whole dick away. You know, you bogus.
Well, so that's the thing. We are gonna find out. We are gonna call one of your exes. I'm gonna see if you truly are.
I'll give you a list.
Good,
buddy.
Yeah, good. Because I want to see if you truly are a 9 or a 10.
9 or a 10.
That's big. You know, and I'm not even talking about the D.
You know, they will.
They will. Yeah, maybe they might. That's I'm not even gonna gaslight you. I'm seriously the best. All right, you guys on the stream, same question. If you were to do the score report, what do you think your honest score would be on a scale of 1 to 10? Don't be, and honestly, if you're afraid to answer, that's fine. Then don't answer. But inquiring minds want to know.
We're all good at something, you know.
Yeah,
like
sometimes
I put emphasis in my stroke game. Like that's where, you know, I shine at.
Yeah.
Some people shine in other things, you know, shine in foreplay, shine at conversation.
Shine at conversation. Like some people just have garbage dick and they know how to talk. I'm leading a morning show, so which side of the fence do I land on? There we go. Joe, Big Daddy Tucson says 9. But you know, with a name like Big Daddy, it makes sense. Joe, he's being honest here, 6 to 7. You know, Jamie, she's just putting on faces there. Meanwhile, no. Laura says it depends on the guy. With a few, solid 8 or 9. But yeah, we'll put Mari to that test as well. I mean, the girls on the show will definitely have to go through the score report as well. And, you know, I get it. The score could be different with different people, which is good. You know, it just depends on who we end up getting in contact with and who's willing to share that score on the air.
Absolutely. Don't be intimidated by other people's score.
Right.
It's not even that deep. I think the ultimate goal is that you got there and you enjoyed it.
Right.
You know? So.
I don't know. You should, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not asking anyone on the stream to rate me.
But if you do, I mean, hey.
Rate high. No, I mean, I want to know. I want to know my true score here eventually. But, you know, like I said, like there's some people out there that I might be, you know, above the 5 range and high 5s area, maybe close to. I mean, have I put down some 10 dick? Yeah, I'm in a relationship right now. Like I couldn't ask my girlfriend. Yeah. We've been together, you know, for over a year, and you know, there's been times I've been a 1, and there's been times I've been a 10 for sure. And
you gotta really sit her down and say, I need you to really be honest with me. It's not gonna hurt my feelings.
Well, we talked about it. Well, you know, I think last week we were walking, and I asked, and she said 10, but I'm like, you know what, I can't ask you because you know we're in love, right? As cheesy as that sounds, like you love me, so of course you're gonna say 10.
Because it's gonna be like so much more than just the dick, because it's like oh, I look into your eyes.
Right. When you're in love, it makes sex better. It does. I get it. And that's cheesy, but it's real. But this is talking about sex, just straight up sex. No love involved, just lust and attraction. And, two adults.
This is a dangerous game we're playing because, like, you can have that ex who knows that you were, like, rock solid in bed.
Yeah.
And just be, like, petty.
Yeah.
Just say, oh, no, it was a 3. Like, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It is a dangerous game, and that's why I like it. I like playing dangerous games. And that's exactly what we want.
How much time we got?
We got, 3 minutes playing
right.
3 Doors Down.
Cool.
Yeah, go do your thing, and I'll be ready here for bum 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 bum. See, I'm just jamming out that theme song, man. So I'm digging that. Dangerous game indeed. A game that will be replayed here in, I say, the 8 o'clock hour. Because I was gonna wait till 9, but I have to replay where the audio is smooth. That's what it comes down to. And we're gonna do pop quiz here in a little bit as well to see how sharp you guys are on this Wednesday morning, and of course tickets for Pop Evil. Let me quick get behind the scenes as I set up for my next on-air segment. Stick around and comment amongst yourselves. Minute 15. Almost on here. All right, 53 seconds. And we are back. Joe asked, beef or vegan tacos? I said both. I'll do carne asada with tofu all day long, son. All day long. All right, 25 seconds. Let's go. I'm going to sound like an old man on telling kids to get off my lawn, but kids today's fashion is whack.
Oh, it's super whack.
Right. We got the bowl cuts and we have the mullets. This two hairstyles that became popular during pandemic. So now that we're coming out of pandemic and these kids are coming out of their parents' house, they're looking like straight up Dumb and Dumber met Achy Breaky Heart. I've seen kids like this, and the fashion follows, and I don't know if they know their fashion as well. I think this is what happens when you're bored and you're at home alone and you're looking in the mirror. You
become colorblind.
You get false confidence in what looks good.
Yeah, right.
Because you're not out there being ridiculed by strangers, not getting those looks, and people need those dirty looks. Like, ugh. Well, according to a new study, kids are now raiding their parents' closet for clothes. So, coming up in this school year that's about to happen, you're going to see a bunch of kids dressed like their parents. And I don't think, as when I was a teenager in high school, the last thing I wanted to do was rock my dad's fit. You know, my daughter does this to me all the time now. Like I'll go through my closet and I'm like, where's all my shirts? Wait, I don't have that many dirty shirts in the hamper. What's going on with all my clothes? And then I'll see her basically rock one of my favorite band tees, and she's stealing all of my band tees on a regular.
That's the cool thing though. It's like, let me wear this band tee of a band I hardly know anything about.
Right.
You know, because it's like, what is it? Retro, I guess.
Yeah, retro. It's classic rock.
Yeah,
and it's a Nirvana shirt, and it makes me feel old and instantly mad.
It's like I'm cultured and more so than my colleagues and friends. Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, kids used to go through periods where they'd want to skip the expensive clothes stores and go to the local thrift store. Now they're just skipping the middleman altogether and just raiding your college or raiding your closet. 3 and 4 kids between the ages of 5 and 18 say they think their parents' sense of style as a teenager was actually cool, right? So maybe it's because we still dress cool. Yeah. Parents today are a lot cooler than parents were, say 20 years ago, 30 years ago. I'm hoping that's the case. I still feel like even as a dad that I dress pretty cool. I mean, I got a backwards hat on. I'm like, what's up, kids? What's up, fellow kids?
Well, my girlfriend's son, he raided my closet recently, which makes this story even that much more funny. He's like looking at all my sneakers and looking at all the shirts and hats and stuff like that, trying to basically go on shopping. So, but it's funny because I can't really rag on their style because I used to wear like 3XTs when I was their age. So.
No, it's true. I mean, that's the thing. Like, you know, we were super baggy clothes all day long. That was the style. And then the retro style, the way that the next generation kind of rebelled against that is they made their clothes really tight. So I don't mind baggy clothes coming back again. I hope that's the case. Yeah. Nearly 60% of the kids admit to stealing one of their parents' old outfits to wear to school. And this might not come as a surprise to you because 4 in 5 parents say they often see their kids wearing an outfit to school that's similar to one they would have worn when they were in school. So, yeah, I mean, my daughter has the same kind of style that I had in high school, which is good and bad. You know, it's good because I think it's cool. It's bad because with the way she's dressing, the kids that she's going to be hanging out with are not going to be great kids. Let's be honest. But I will say this, speaking of school, with the school just around the corner, we want to help you and the student in your life get the supplies they need for school. So Rock 102.1 is giving you a chance to win $1,500 with a back-to-school shopping spree. You can register to win once a day now through August 9th. Get more info and register at KFMA.com. All right, we got a whole lot more show to go. When we come back, it'll be a little game to give away those tickets to Pop Evil called Pop Goes the Evil. So be ready to give me a call. It's Beef Vegan Presents on Rock 102.1 KFMA.
Nice.
All right, clear. Cool. Yeah, do that game.
Pop Goes the Evil.
Pop Goes the Evil. This has been a fun game to play.
Pop goes the evil and the evil goes pop. Who was that? That was
Pop Goes the Weasel.
Yeah, Pop Goes the Weasel. But who was that? Like, is that third base? Or?
Yes, yeah, third base, exactly.
MC searching them.
Yeah. That should be a good game. I should just do lyrics and have you guys name that tune.
Yeah, right.
I might, have that game. That might be the game between you and Aaron today.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. Janko was comfortable. Absolutely. Sagging in skinny jeans is the worst look. Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Blame Lil Wayne on that one.
Yeah, right.
Let's see.
Janko with the chain wallet. What a vibe.
Uh-huh.
Remember Hot Topic? And when Hot Topic was like super emo and goth.
Yep.
You walk in there, it's just all blacked out. Get your big old jeans.
Eric said, Beef, I want to hear that song about your girlfriend by Dead Eye Dick.
Whoa.
Wow. What song is that? All right, let's hit the reset as we get ready for Pop Goes the Evil. And what else? tease what's coming up on the show. I got today's first class douchebag. I'm gonna share that story. What makes you a bad person? That's gonna be an instant survey. I'm gonna ask KFMA listeners. I wrote down some examples of what makes me a bad person. I feel like what makes me a bad person. So I'm gonna throw that out there. See if people agree or disagree on that. Let's see, talking about sleep. Another edition of Score Report, the better edition without the skipping and all that, hopefully. Yeah, so we're lined up with a bunch of stuff. Oh, and what your face says about your sex life. Yeah, so sometimes it's all up in your face. And the KFMA are. So I got brand new music from a band I really love, and their new song I'm going to feature and talk about. Give a little plug for. So that's the way that we feature new music. So all that's coming up here in just a few. I'm going to hide behind the logo real quick while I get ready for this next segment. So just stick around and comment amongst yourselves.
Yeah, but it's in the building?
In the building,
Oh, so he's back on.
yeah.
Now the protection of
So stupid.
that is, I mean, but yeah, it's company policy, but who's it truly affecting in this little room? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Some weird shit. Power. Remember. Like we were saying with the man Miguel, like when you don't have a lot of power outside the building.
Fuck it. Right now, only 13. So 3 on YouTube, 14. 3 on YouTube, 1 on Twitch. I have to build up Twitch and Facebook. I haven't shared. All right. All right, getting back on the stream here.
Stream.
Get my
Did you
bed
watch the
music.
All-Star game yesterday?
Huh?
Did you watch the All-Star game?
You know what? I didn't because I don't have basic TV. How was that?
It was good.
Yeah?
It was fun.
Who won, the American League or the National League?
I believe the American League. National League had a good run, but I turned it off like halfway through.
What about the home run derby? Who won that?
Oh, I didn't see that one.
I saw that was on Monday too. Very weird, like I know it's kind of a tradition. It's got to be a tradition, but for having the All-Star game and the home run derby all being on weekday, it's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Monday, Tuesday.
A lot of baseball fans are older people, so they just come home. That's their evening TV. So.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's something to watch on Monday for sure. And if I had regular TV or ESPN, I would have checked it out. But I'm a streamer. I unplugged most of the country.
Right.
So if it's not live on one of the streaming services that I either pay for or I borrow or piggyback off of from others, then I'll do it. In fact,
it was Pete Alonso that won the home run derby.
See, I'm so out of touch when it comes to baseball.
Who is Pete Alonso?
I don't even know. Yeah, if they're not involved in some kind of scandal, I don't know who they are.
Well, everybody's upset about
Trevor Bauer?
No, the guy from Japan. Because of his interpreter or something like that.
Right.
I don't know if that has a huge deal with baseball. Okay, he doesn't speak English. Can he hit the ball? That's all I need him to do. But
right.
They're like, this is America's game, so the face of the sport should be American or speak English.
They need to chill with that America's game shit because Japan has been playing baseball forever as well, and they're really good. That's
There was Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah, exactly. Well, he's been apologizing. He's been on an apology tour ever since.
Yeah.
So.
But then he went on yesterday. He was saying, how does the USA lose to Nigeria in basketball? This is whatever his name is. Okay, all right. You ain't gonna take the time to learn people's last names. Okay.
Right. I mean, that's your job, Stephen A.
Right. Okay.
He puts his
They're
foot
Nigerian, never mind. Whatever.
Right.
Get them out of here.
Right. Yeah, he puts his foot in his mouth for a living. That's what they want, though. I mean, getting pressed, he's not getting in trouble. He's probably getting a bonus. What's up, Mr. Sport? Good to see you on the YouTube as well. Thanks for finding me on there. I know it's not easy to find the YouTube stream, but it will get easier, and I'll probably start streaming this show on the KFMA YouTube page. I was talking to Mucho about that yesterday. Dead air? What do you mean dead air? Now you're scaring me, son. Let's see. I got Bring Me the Horizon on. Yeah, no, I don't have dead air, Eric. Or do I? Oh. I got dead air. I don't understand how or why I got dead air.
I know. I just got dead air. And I'm listening, and there's nothing on the air, and I'm getting a signal. Now it's back on.
Okay, yeah, but that has nothing to do with me. So I got my pod up and everything. Everything sounded like good on my end.
I'm just asking. I'm not calling to complain. I'm just saying there's dead air.
No, I know. That's why I'm trying to troubleshoot.
Yeah, no, Frank had dead air this morning, too, for a little bit. So I'm wondering if it's something else, but I just noticed you got it.
It's something with Scott. So, yeah, definitely we got to touch base with Scott and see what the deal is.
Well, yeah, but this one I was still getting the RDS. I was getting air signal. It didn't go to static. It went to a dead air. Like we were still transmitting. So I don't know if it's the board or what. So we got to figure that out. I'll call Scott.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
That was Mac, everybody. Mac on the stream. So you were right, Eric. There was dead air. But again, it has nothing to do with me. Crazy. Ugh. I mean, you never know with these towers and stuff. Sometimes this happens.
I've heard some lightning, some thunder out there just now. So I'm like, I wonder if that's messing with our.
Yeah. Lightning could have struck the tower for sure. Transmitter, something. Yeah. What's up, Trevor? He's like, fucking Larry. All right, 15 seconds. I got to do Pop Goes the Evil. Rock 102.1 KFMA. That's Bring Me to the Horizon. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We are on the air right now. I was just informed that we dropped off and had some dead air there for a second, but I think we're back on. Things should be good, which I'm happy about because it's time to give away tickets to Pop Evil. If you want to go see them up in Tempe on July 25th, then give me a call, 600 KFMA. That's 600-5362. I need 2 contestants for a game that I'm calling Pop Goes the Evil. The concept is super simple. I'm going to ask you very easy trivia questions and give you 30 seconds. Okay. You have to answer as many as you can right within that 30 seconds. And if you answer more than the person you're playing against, you're going to win the ticket to see Pop Evil at Marquee Theater with 0936 and Birkin Love? Yeah. At the Marquee Theater on July 25th. So give me a call right now. I'll pick 2 random callers here. 600 KFMA. That's 600-5362. We'll have the results next. Stick around. Actually, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, they just hung up. Yeah. Idiot. I need to do that live. What am I doing? You know what? I'm cutting off the Scorpions right now.
Scorpions?
Yeah, that's what I'm playing. Woo! All right, let me get back in it. All right, 600 KFMA. I forgot. I do this. I need you to call right now. I'm not going to do this on break. So here you go, 600 KFMA. I need 2 contestants, 600-5362 for those Pop Evil tickets. I was going to just straight up record it, but my Vox Pro, you don't want to hear this. It's all technical difficulties. So 600-5362 if you want to go see Pop Evil with 0936. In fact, actually, I have 2 tickets for FC Tucson as well if you want to change your mind and get those. Let's go to the phone, see what we got here. Caller, what's your name?
Darlene.
Say it again.
Darlene.
Charlene. Okay, you're going to be my contestant number 1. Hold on for me, okay?
Okay, it's Darlene.
Oh, Darlene. Okay, good. So hold on for me, Darlene. Caller, what's your name?
This is Sean.
Sean, all right. You want to be my contestant number 2?
Absolutely.
Excellent. Okay, so get on hold for me here. So I got Darlene versus Sean. I got my 2 contestants. I'm going to play Disturbed Down with the Sickness, and we're going to have the results of that next. Stick around. All right. This technical stuff is annoying, right?
Yeah.
So it's messing up my flow. All right. That's all right. Here we go. All right, Darlene, you there?
Yeah, I have no idea what's going on though because I just got in my car and heard call. What's called?
Well, thank you for listening. I'm giving away tickets for Pop Evil.
I heard that. I love Pop Evil.
Okay, well then good. So here's the deal. It's a game called Pop Goes the Evil. I'm going to ask you a bunch of super simple questions, and you have 30 seconds. Exactly. So you know the name of the game and the rules. So the clock will begin as soon as I ask this first question. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. And Matt, keep score for me.
I got you.
All right. How many points is a touchdown?
6.
All right, correct. What was the name of Dave Chappelle's Comedy Central show?
The Dave Chappelle Show.
Incorrect. What is 27 minus 9?
18.
Correct. Oh, what band is Eddie Vedder in?
Let me get in. Can't hear
Pearl Jam.
Correct. All right. What is the name of the show that you're calling into?
Beef Vegan Show.
Incorrect. All right, you're out of time. Looks like you got 1, 2, 3 right. Hold on for me, okay?
All right. Thanks.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. 3.
Yeah. You just keep track of.
All right.
All right. What was your name again?
This is Sean.
Sean. All right, Sean. You know the name of the game. It's Pop Goes the Evil. I'm going to put 30 seconds on the clock, and the clock will begin as soon as I ask this first question. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. How many points is in a touchdown?
6 points.
6 points, correct. What was the name of Dave Chappelle's Comedy Central show?
Oh, shit. The Chappelle Show.
Correct. All right. What is 27 minus 9?
27 minus 9. You're killing me. That's 16.
Incorrect. What band is Eddie Vedder in?
Pearl Jam.
Correct. What is the name of this show now?
Shit.
Incorrect.
Beef Vegans. Bam, you're killing me.
All right. So now we are tied up. You got 3 correct. 3 correct out of 5 questions. So I got to do a sudden death round. So hold on for me, okay?
Sounds good, brother.
Darlene.
Darlene. Yeah, Darlene. I got to do sudden death. So I got to get back on tease it. Yes. So you tied with Sean, which that's the good news. And then I got to edit some stuff. So hold on for me 1 second. We're going to do another round. Okay.
Okay.
All right, hold on 1 second. Okay. This is a shit show, and I apologize. Even got Matt interrupting my 30-second game saying he can't hear anything. That doesn't help me, Matt.
Here's shit.
That's again Scott, man. Okay. Hold on a second. All right, Rock 102.1 KFMA. I am in the midst of doing this game. I have to edit some things up. It sucks. So I have the results of Pop Goes the Evil between Darlene and Sean that I'm going to reveal next after the breaks. Stick around. Okay, here we go. Keep track every time I say correct, okay? All right, sudden death, Darlene. Are you ready?
I am. I pulled off the road. I'm poised for action.
Okay, here we go. The clock will begin as soon as I finish asking this first question. What is the name of the show that you called into?
You asked me that already. I still didn't know.
All right.
The Beef Vegan Show.
All right, incorrect. How many people do you need in a menage a trois?
3.
Correct. What day is Valentine's Day?
February 14th.
Correct. What was Dwayne Johnson's WWE wrestling name?
The Rock.
Correct. What fruit is the same color as its name?
Orange.
Correct. How many ounces in a pint?
16.
Correct. What is the company branded themselves King of Beers? Oh, we ran out of time. Darlene, you were on fire. How many did she get? 6. You got 6 right, with the exception.
What is the name of your show?
Well, I'll let you know here in a second. Hold on. All right, Sean, this is going to be difficult to beat. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready, brother. You betcha.
All right, here we go. 30 seconds on the clock.
Okay.
We'll start when I finish asking this first question.
Okay.
What is the name of this show?
The Beef Vegan Experience.
Incorrect.
I can't remember.
That's all right.
I
How
know.
many people do you need in a menage a trois?
You need 3.
Correct. What day is Valentine's Day?
February 14th.
Correct. What was Dwayne Johnson's WWE wrestling name?
The Rock.
Correct. Name a fruit that's the same color as its name.
An orange.
Correct. How many ounces in a pint?
12.
All right. Incorrect. Name the company. Oh, you know what? You needed to get that right, and we're out of time. Sean, oh, so close. You were on a tear. By the way, the show name.
16, wasn't it?
It was 16. Yes.
Oh!
Uh-huh.
I know that.
Yes.
Brother, hey, best of luck on your new show, dude. I am so glad to hear you having your own show, man. I'm telling you what, bro. I'm so glad you split the sheets with the other dude. Good luck, man.
Thank you, dude. And the show is called Beef Vegan Presents. Just for the record, next time I ask it.
Dude, I couldn't remember. I knew it was one word.
That's all right. It's a new show, man. But Sean, thank you so much. I got to go back to the winner.
You bet, man.
All right, take
Good
it
luck,
easy.
bro.
No problem. Darlene, good news. You won.
Oh, yes. How exciting. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Stay on hold for me. I'm going to get all your information, okay?
Sure. Thank you.
All right, let's see. Round 2. And see, I got to do some editing, which sucks because he said shit, but I'm glad I didn't go live. But then it's going to sound like shit. Ugh. God. Oh, wait, that's round 2.
6-4.
Well, thank you for listening. I'm giving away tickets for Pop Evil. Okay, well then good. So here's the. All right, just doing some live edit. I know this is great entertainment on the stream. It's a game called Pop Goes Evil. I'm gonna ask you a bunch of super. You can hear how I can do this. Actually, I'll go backstage real quick. And it's still Skippy. God damn this. Come on. All right, I'm just cursing to myself. All right. What was your name again? This is Sean. Sean. All right, Sean. You know the name of the game. It's Pop Goes the Evil. Matt, hold on. I can't hear. Let's see what we got here. This is Sean. Sean. All right, Sean. You know the name of the game. It's I'm ready. All right. How many points is in a touchdown? 6 points. 6 points, correct. What was the name of Dave Chappelle's Comedy Central show? All right, let's see what I got. Where's my beep? Where are you, beep? I'm staring closely into this. Hey, entertain the folks there, Matt. You're on the air. All right,
Juggling.
nice. You just said juggling. Okay.
Who's ready to get back on quarantine?
Incorrect. What band is Eddie Vedder in? Correct. What is the name of this show now? Shit. Incorrect. Facts. And then beep. Give me that beep. Where'd you go? Beep. There it is.
Yeah.
Boop. Got it. Okay. All right. I have an idea. Make it not Skippy. MP3 round 1. See, export MP3 round 2. Okay. That's why I gotta get you your own computer there.
I know, man. I know.
So y'all, back me up, man. Back me up.
We can see what's going on.
Yeah, and don't soft talk the microphone right now. We are on the stream.
We are on the stream?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have to just yell into it. Yeah, I mean, there's a middle ground here that we're working on.
I can't soft talk. I can't yell.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the yelling for the sake of yelling. So hold on.
Trying to wake us all up. I'm sure everybody on the live stream is already awake. It's just me.
Yeah. You getting sleepy there?
I don't know. I'm chilling. That might be even worse. You get coffee when you're sleepy. So, you can wake up when you're chilling. That's just set.
Yeah.
That's you all the rest of the day. So
yeah, you're too relaxed.
Too relaxed.
Yeah. I get it.
I should be paying attention to you doing your IT thing over there.
Hell yeah, man. You should be learning.
Because I'm like, look at this Vox Pro magic.
Yeah, the Vox Pro magic. Doing all this and just multitasking while keeping Charlene on.
It's Darlene, man.
Darlene shit, man. Well, see, that's one of the things you need to be doing is help me remember the names.
You said her name wrong like 3 times. She had to come up to the station.
Yeah.
I tell you it was Darlene.
I know. All right, so here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna put this on live, and then I'm gonna talk to Charlene. And Charlene or Darlene?
Darlene. Darlene's gonna bust you up.
All right,
I can't help you.
All right, that's fair. All right, here we go. Rock 102.1 KFMA. It's 7:22, and it's time to play Pop Goes the Evil. I had to whip some things together, do some technical magic, and now I'm ready to rock and share this game with you. It was what's her name? Darlene versus Sean?
It is Darlene.
All right, thank you, Matt. Let's get into this. Check it out. Full questions, and you have 30 seconds.
Okay.
Exactly. So you know the name of the game and the rules. So the clock will begin as soon as I ask this first question. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. And Matt, keep score for me.
There. I got you.
All right. How many points is a touchdown?
Can you hear me?
All right, correct. What was the name of Dave Chappelle's Comedy Central show?
The Dave Chappelle Show.
Incorrect. What is 27 minus 9?
18.
Correct. Oh, what band is Eddie Vedder in?
Let me get in. Can't hear.
Pearl Jam.
Correct. All right. What is the name of the show that you're calling into?
East Vegan Show.
Incorrect. All right. You're out of time. Looks like you got 1, 2, 3 right. Hold on for me, okay?
All right. Thanks.
Thank you. What was your name again?
This is Sean.
Sean. All right, Sean. You know the name of the game. It's Pop Goes the Evil. I'm going to put 30 seconds on the clock, and the clock will begin as soon as I ask this first question. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. How many points is in a touchdown?
6 points.
6 points, correct. What was the name of Dave Chappelle's Comedy Central show?
The Chappelle Show.
Correct. All right. What is 27 minus 9?
27 minus 9. You're killing me. That's 16.
Incorrect. What band is Eddie Vedder in?
Pearl Jam.
Correct. What is the name of this show now? Incorrect.
Deep Vegan. Bam, you're killing me.
All right. So now we are tied up. You got 3 correct. 3 correct out of 5 questions. So I got to do a sudden death round. So hold on for me, okay?
Sounds good, brother.
Like Joe Rogan.
Smoke weed every day.
Why do?
Yeah, I mean that was a process. So thank you guys for sticking with that.
Why
Yes,
did you have to smoke weed every day?
just because I wanted to. I just wanted to add the smoke weed every day. I just thought it'd be a good drop.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? Well, he said he's excited about the show, and I'm like, yeah, smoke weed every day.
Smoke weed every day.
Oh, yes. All right. So we're back here live on the stream, of course, and we're getting ready for our next seg, which will be our first class douchebag.
Oh,
yes. Oh, yes. This is a kind of.
I put myself on that list.
You're going to put yourself on this list?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Well, because you're going to humbly say you're 10 in bed? Is that why you're putting yourself on the list?
Maybe.
No, I'm not even going to gaslight you.
No,
I'm not even going to
gas you up
exaggerate or
right
nothing.
there,
but I'm a 10.
Yeah, but
Inches around.
It's like there's levels to this. The Michael Jordan of what I do,
Yeah. Just the drops in the other dude, so you couldn't hear. Oh, you know what? Oh. You should have been able to hear me. I'm gonna have to watch back this stream later, and I gotta talk to Scott about some things. So yeah, we're working things out, man. These kinks and everything to try to fit the flow, which we're getting there.
We're 2 weeks into this.
We're not even 2 weeks into it. This is show 7. Show 7. I didn't even have a full week. There's a chick on Facebook who's kind of trolling me. She's super into Riley.
Really?
But she's, she's kind of, I checked out her profile. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, show me what she's saying.
Well, she's just like, and initially she's like, I hate this decision. I love Riley. You shouldn't be replacing Riley. You're going to suck. And this guy sucks. And she doesn't even know me, right? Yeah. She's probably upset that I'm coming over from the other show because of her politics. But she doesn't know that, I'm non-political when I do this show. Exactly. So she commented yesterday. I posted on the KFMA Facebook page about the Wolfgang Van Halen interview.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, well, I tried to listen to the show. I'm sorry, I'm out. Show sucks. I'm not listening, right? And I'm like, it hasn't even been a full week.
Yeah, right.
So
let me work out some kinks, but
and I'm like, you know what? You sound like you made up your mind before you even started. So.
Exactly. Can't do nothing but.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. It's time for our first class douchebag. This is a story that I came across, and every week I'm going to try to highlight and showcase a first class douchebag for you, just so you know what not to do. This first class douchebag is coming out of Spain this week. He's 19 years old and he's the #1 TikTok star. And now he's facing 12 years in prison And the reason why is because he was bragging on TikTok about tricking women into having unprotected sex. Yes.
Throw TikTok away. Like let's start there.
Well, he's making money. This dude was making tons of money for being a TikTok star because he was Spain's #1 TikTok star. But all of that is now going away. And he said he told sexual partners that he was sterile to avoid wearing a condom.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
Now let me just remind any kids out there listening. Being sterile doesn't make you prone to STDs and STIs.
Seriously, don't play around with that.
You're not only wearing protection for the sake of, not getting somebody pregnant. There's many ways to avoid that.
Shame on those girls just like, oh, you're sterile. All right, just rip the rubber off. Let's make it happen. Like, nah.
Now, if you ask yourself, I'm sure there's a lot of guys out there that are like, wait a second, you can go to prison for that? Because I'm sure there's some guys that have been in a position who's kind of fibbed a little bit so they didn't have to wrap it up. And I understand, some people do say it feels better without it. But under a new bill greenlit by the cabinet in Spain, this means he could face up to 12 years in prison for lying about this and potentially risking any partner that he was with to STDs or anything else, pregnancies and everything. It was a full-blown fib. Now, again, this is not one of those situations where it's abuse in a violent nature, but it is deceit. And this is what makes him a first-class douchebag. So the guys, I'm not even going to say the name. I don't need to say his name. Nobody needs to see his TikTok. Nobody cares. But this 19-year-old out of Spain who is facing 12 years in prison for lying to women about being sterile so he can have unprotected sex makes him a Beefing Presents First Class Douchebag of the Week. We got more show coming up right after the break.
Wow.
Quick hits. But what were you going to say?
Huh? Oh, I was just going to say, was it worth it? That's crazy.
Oh, yeah. No, then that was a good way to end then.
Yeah. Damn.
No, not worth it. 12 years.
12 years at 19?
At 19.
You're already getting money. Like, why do you even need to lie about that?
Right. Just say, hey, I don't want to wear a condom and I'm rich.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, okay.
Winning recipe right there. But
right.
Whatever. Play stupid, get stupid prizes,
Exactly. That was yesterday. I actually wrote that down and had the Todd tell them what they won. Oh. Stupid people win stupid prizes. All right, so we're good on that. It's crazy that you're still only hearing.
I only hear KFMA, yeah.
Right. I want to see.
Maybe if I turn up this.
No. Yeah. What about now?
No, just KFMA.
What about now?
KFMA.
What about now?
KFMA.
What about now?
KFMA.
All right, that's what I thought. All of it. Okay. Yeah, so I got to talk to Scott about that. Thanks, Gittins. Yeah, like I said, working out these kinks, man. Mr. Spork asks, I wonder if he will upload TikTok vids from the joint, like getting mashed potatoes in the cafeteria. He probably could. I mean, I have one of my best friends still in prison, and I hear from him like once a year. He'll talk to me on a butt smuggled phone. But we never really get into how he's doing because I'm too busy making fun of him for talking on a butt smuggled phone. It's crazy.
Last thing you want to do in prison is one of those TikTok dances.
Yeah. Rock 1 2.1. Who's this?
Hey, Beast, this is Darlene again.
Hey, Darlene, what's up?
I just wanted to tell you something quick.
Okay.
Today's my anniversary, and once upon a time, my husband was on his motorcycle and was killed by a stupid driver. But every year, something unexpected and good happens. And I wanted to thank you for being.
Oh, Darlene. I'm so sorry that that tragedy happened to you, but I'm happy that I could.
I'm glad that you were part of this year's present.
That's beautiful. Well, thank you so much. I'm happy to be able to hook you up with those tickets, and I hope that when you go to the concert, that you bring them with you in spirit and really just have the best time. It's going to be, I think, even more of a special show now because of that. And I love that. So you gave me goosebumps, and I I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and just remember that he's always there with you.
It's bittersweet, but sometimes it's more sweet than bitter.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, shit, he was there with you answering those questions, and that's why you beat Sean.
Right? I double checked.
Yeah, which is unfair. I mean, that is 2 against 1, but I'm happy for you.
But I always wanted to tell you it was more than just tickets today. So thank you.
Well, no problem. Thank you so much.
Bye.
All right, have a good one. Well, I came out of nowhere, huh?
That's what it's about, though.
Right.
If you can help people, that's what we're here for.
Yeah, put me on the spot too, because I'm like, how do you, and I'm glad that it's positive. It's weird how the world works out like that. I posted on my personal page, which has nothing to do with this, but when I announced that I was hosting, when I was allowed to announce that I'm hosting my own show here on KFMA, my memories on Facebook popped up is when I announced that I was going to produce the show across the hall.
Yeah.
The exact same day, 3 years prior. And then I was looking at the other memories. A lot of monumental things happened for me on that day, which I'm just like weird.
Right, a lot of people sad to see you go too. It's just like, what? Like, we're happy to have you back on the air, but man.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like I'm tired of doing all the work and none of the credit.
I mean, like when you first went over there, it was just like, man, it's bittersweet. It's like, yeah, we get beef, but he's Brad now.
Right. Oh, that's a funny thing.
It's not KFMA. It's it's classic rock.
Let's tell that story. So Matt ran into the dude across the hall, and dude across the hall's like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" Right? And
morning show. What's up, man? I haven't seen you in a long time either. Come here.
Yeah.
Show me love.
Right. and Matt told him, "Oh, I'm on the show with Beef today." And what did he say?
His name is not Beef. It's Brad. And I had no knowledge that his name was Brad. Like, who is Brad?
Yeah, that's funny.
Like, no, it's Beef, but now it makes sense.
Yeah, this guy's still being a hater. It's like, come on. Yes, like you realize, like, I've been called Beef for the majority of my adult life. Like I have it tattooed on my toes. I'm toe tagged. My friends call me Beef, straight up, and Beef vegan. And when I, went to do the show, when I'm meeting with management, like, after being told that my name, my radio name is so stupid, it's the dumbest thing ever, and blah 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 blah.
Right.
The first thing they said is how much they love my show, my name, and they wanted the name. They wanted my name to be in the show title because they love my name so much.
See that?
Yeah, and then like the irony, and it's like
But see, that's when trusting your gut is everything. Like, like when like something makes sense,
right?
You gotta continue doing it, like despite what other people say. Oh, that's a stupid name. All right, watch this.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this: there is sentimental value attached to the reason why I even have a stage name. I've told this story before, but assholes don't care. But when I was young, I've always wanted to be an entertainer, right? So I knew that this was what I was gonna do. And I asked my grandmother, who I love so much, my favorite grandmother, when I was around 12 years old. I was like, Grandma, when I grow up, can I get a stage name? Can I change my last name?
Right.
Because, it's like my last name's Furman, but it starts with a P. It's, it's not easy for most people to pick up on right away. So, and she's like, oh God, honey, yes. Like it wasn't her.
With it,
yeah. She 100%. I remember that reaction.
Grandmas are the best.
Yes, I remember that reaction. I remember her grabbing my arm when she said it. She's like, please change the name, right? And then since then, I was kind of always in the search for my name, right?
That's the hardest thing. That's what all of us go through that want to be in entertainment.
Right.
It's like, what's the best name?
So, and I went through it too, because everything that I did in the past needed to have a name, right?
Yeah.
So I started off as I started off as a rapper. I used to rap a ton.
Right. We need those bars.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's another time, another discussion. But I didn't have a rap name, right? So I was just Brad. And then I became a DJ, right? And DJs all have DJ names and stuff, but I couldn't come up with a DJ name. I was just DJ Brad, right? So I didn't have a name. And then I did my first week of radio with Derek, who's on the stream right now. Shout out to Derek.
What up, Derek?
And my first week of radio, when he brought me on, I impersonated Steve-O. And when I impersonated Steve-O, it went over well. It was fun. Yeah. And so Derek's kind of shooting around ideas. His name was D-Rock. And he's just like, you need like a name. I'm like, yeah, tell me about it. I've been searching for it forever. And he's like, well, since you did Steve-O, how about B.O.? And I'm like, fuck that, dude. Yeah, like, right. I mean, I want to get laid eventually, exactly. Like I don't want to name myself like body odor. That's
funky, dude.
Yeah, it's a terrible idea. So then I finally, then it just kind of hit me. Like my name's Brad Furman, but if you sound out the beginning of my first and last name, it's Beef.
Right. All right.
Beef. Right. And then the last name, I always consider myself like a walking, talking contradiction. Yeah. So Beef Vegan. And then I was like, I just felt that.
What year is this?
This is 2009.
2009. Wow.
Yeah. So I've been Beef Vegan. And then honestly, there's like you said, you didn't even know my birth name.
I think when I saw you on like Facebook one time or Instagram and was going by your government. First off, I didn't even know Furman. Right. I was trying to pronounce that for like the last like year or so because I'm like Perfman or whatever. So.
Exactly.
So that's crazy. Yeah, like most of Tucson knows you as Beef. So
not only most of Tucson, most of Phoenix. Like I've been doing this. Well. I've been doing this big for a long time. Like
12 years, it sounds like
hundreds of people, thousands of people. Right. Hundreds of people in my personal life, thousands of people through my professional life, and listeners and stuff. They know me as Beef. Straight up, period. And he tried to take that away because that was my value in this industry. Brand value is a big thing. So one of his insecurities is to take away my value. Take away that was his attempt.
So you're just
and I don't mind the LPXers who are on the stream calling me Brad. As long as you call me.
How do you feel about being called Bradley?
No, my name's not Bradley though. Right. So it's only Brad.
Because I've heard that before. And I was like when people call me like Matthew, and it always kind of seems like a little like, I don't know, demeaning, but intent.
No, I mean it's a term of endearment, honestly. Manny says, I don't know, man. Beef Vegan is a dumb name. It's such a dumb name. It's brilliant. It works. Thanks, Manny. I appreciate it. But I mean, there's an emotional connection to it as well. And that's why I always fought for my name. I never stopped calling myself what my name is because that's how I identify.
Exactly.
All right, let's get on here.
Let's do it.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. I want to ask you something. I'm going to do an instant survey, 600 KFMA. What makes you a bad person? Okay. And statistically, I'm just going to ask you if this makes me a bad person. I wrote down a couple examples of things that I do that I'm not so proud of. And I wonder to myself, do these things make me a bad person? Is it possible that I am a bad person because I do these things? And here's the first example. I never donate when the card reader or the cashier asks me to. So, when you check out and they're like, would you like to donate $1 to this? Or would you like to donate the rest of your change to that? I'm always saying no.
Well, you're just cheap. That's not like being a bad person.
It's not cheap when you're broke, though. You know what I mean? Like if I don't have the money to spare, then I'm not sparing the money. Plus, I'm not 100% sure it's going to go to those things.
Absolutely. That's a good point.
Right. So does that make me a bad person? 600 KFMA. I just need a quick yes or no. We're going to do just an instant poll and get a percentage of whether or not Tucson agrees or disagrees that I'm a bad person because I never donate. Do you do it?
Do I feel like a bad person or do I donate?
Do you donate when
Yeah. Like I'll round up at like the Walgreens or something. Like, do you want to give $1 for like, blood research? Sure.
You do that every time?
Not every time. No.
How many dollars do you think you've ended up donating over like the last year?
The last year, I probably donated like $20 bucks.
Oh,
I just kind of feel like that pressure, and maybe that makes me a bad person. That I'm not doing it for the cause. I'm just doing it because it makes me feel better as an individual. I also do that when I give money to the homeless too. So I think I might be a bad person. It's like, I I don't care what you do with this dollar, but it makes me feel a little less of a terrible person if I give it to you. So,
well, that's true. Well, so there's homeless people off of the freeway exit whenever I go home.
Yeah.
So I purposely go into the right hand lane and try not to make eye contact with them to donate money because I can't donate money. I ran out of change, man. I can't donate money every time I get off that exit. Does that make me a bad person?
Nah, it's like, man, like I don't have it. If I don't have it, I don't have it.
Sometimes I have it and I don't want to give it. Does that make me bad?
Nah.
All right. So I've also not given cigarettes to these people if I've had cigarettes and they or even at bars when people ask me if they could have a cigarette and I've had lots of cigarettes.
These are mine. I don't want to share. Like what makes it so bad of you to not want to share your things?
Yeah.
Like why do I have to be guilted to
then I'm not a bad person. That's good.
No.
All right, then let me final thing. I'll ask something I do that I feel like makes me a bad person, but so far Matt doesn't think I'm a bad person, which is cool. We could continue to hang out
because we're both bad people,
I guess.
Really.
I lie when people ask me to sign petitions and say that I already signed the petition. Like, oh yeah, I'm already signed up. Even like
that's terrible because you're lying now.
Kind of, but I don't want to give them my information, and I want to I'm doing stuff. I don't want to sit there, and I know they're volunteering their time, and I'm sure their cause is all great and everything. But
see, I just treat them like the perfume ladies or anybody at the mall. I just kind of like walk past them, not make any eye contact, like they're a bird or something.
Some of them are nice and aggressive in a nice way.
That's when you just start power walking, and then if they power walk with you, then we have a problem.
Right?
Leave me alone.
Nah, well, that's why I'm like, oh, I already signed this. I already filled it out. You got my information. We're good. I'm on your team. What team is it? Yeah, that's the team I signed up for. What makes you a bad person? 600 KFMA. If you have any examples like these, I'd love to hear it. We have more Beef Vegan Presents coming up after the break. It's Rock 102.1. Clear. You got any other examples? Things that you feel make you like a bad person?
Ooh, what is it? Probably. What about you?
I'm asking you. I just gave you 5 examples, bro. You can't. What about me? The last 10 minutes is what about me?
Oh man, what? No, I think I'm a saint. That has fire wings.
Nah.
Man, yeah, nah. Just I love to say no. Like when people like need help and stuff, like, hey, can I stay with you and for like a few days or something? Like, nah, man. Come on, I just got out. Like, and sometimes I feel guilty about that. I don't know if that necessarily makes me a bad person.
Right.
Not like wanting to like shelter everybody like Mother Teresa, but like, I don't know. I feel bad about it. Kind of.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's see if there's any comments here.
See what the people have to say.
Well, Todd says lack of self-awareness seems to be a problem. Let's see. You think I'm homeless looking at my shoes? Mr. Spork says I've offered homeless people food and usually get a no thanks. Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta scroll back. There's a bunch of different comments here.
Oh, the people are talking.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Mr. Spork says I go by beer vegan in real life. That's
beer
good.
vegan. I mean, isn't it?
It's Brad, never a Blad. That's funny. Beef. See, Gene says when there's a whole lot of shaking going on, don't know what that means. Oh, Rick's still talking about nicknames. Said better than mine. I was called Squirrel Bait.
What is it? Squirrel bait.
Yeah.
Nuts.
Yeah. I was called Gravy Train in middle school.
That could be a good and one basketball name. Gravy Train with the ball.
Yeah. Let's see. But that was like a fat joke.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's not cool.
Yeah.
I'm Mike Troll, and of course everyone now immediately thinks I'm the jerky type of troll. Yeah. So Jennifer said no, it doesn't make you a bad person, but I'd do it. Oh. So like you're not a bad person, but I'm a better person. Which is good. Let's see. It is hard to know who a scammer is nowadays, and sometimes,
yeah,
people are. The thing is, it's like if I had a ton of money, then I'm sure I would just load up on dollar bills, and every time it's like an exit tax. You get off the freeway exit, here's $1, boom, right? I don't though. I don't want to pay that tax.
I was about to say, if you were a Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Mr. Moneybucks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you be donating crazy to charities, or would you kind of be tight-fisted?
I don't know.
Like they're accused of being.
It seems like money makes you a different type of person, so it's difficult for me to say.
Right.
I would consider myself generous now when I don't really have the means, even though I just went on the radio saying I don't like to give money to homeless people, but I have tons. I just don't do it on daily because every day when I get off that Grant exit, there's a new person there, and then they're just staring at you. They're just like,
yeah. Sometimes it feels like, and this is what my beef is with them. It just seems like, I'm down and out. You're here. You are clearly not as down and out as I am, so you should fund me.
Yeah.
Because, I've given like homeless people money. They're like, yo, what is this? Give me 45 cents?
Right.
And give it back to me like, yo, if I found this 45 cents on the ground right now, this is going in my pocket. But, at the same time I get it. It's just like, yo, if you're going to give me something, like, come on, man.
Right.
What am I going to eat with 45 cents? I feel you.
Yeah.
I also feel you need to go somewhere a program that will help you. Like,
that's true. They have them.
And
I feel like maybe you should get off the opiates or the meth.
That'd be the biggest step forward. You know what I mean?
A lot of people, or maybe, I guess it's unfair to assume that because mental illness is definitely a big issue.
Right.
A lot of people get in, but you don't know. You don't know who you're dealing with on that.
I'm going to say it like this. Like, I seen those signs and I seen them like written out like very nicely.
Yes.
Like, okay. If you can do that, I know you can like find a program, but if the program is not giving you what you want when you want it, then I could see you wanting to leave that.
Yeah.
But
all right, let's see. I'm still going through these. I wish you need a laptop, Matt.
I know, but like, I'm at this point in my career. A lot of things I do is volunteer and because of love and the passion.
Yes.
So laptops are
all right. Fair
hard to come by.
Fair. All right. Mr. Spork said I've offered homeless people food. Usually get no thanks. I think I read that. Vegan Negan says I buy reusable grocery bags and never remember to bring them. Oh yeah, that's a good one. I also drink almond milk. I don't know how I feel about it. Let's see.
Almond milk is great.
When religious people knock at my door, Jennifer said it. When religious people knock at my door, I tell them I worship the devil. Telling them I was an atheist never made them go away. There you go. I like that. Does that make her a bad person?
No, but enjoy that conversation because they're going to try to save you.
No,
This goes a whole hour of your day.
Right.
There's some Watchtower magazines.
See, also, Manny says I instantly judge the panhandlers that have veteran on their cardboard sign. I feel like post 9/11, every panhandler just uses veteran to tug at the heartstrings. It angers me, and then I feel bad afterwards. But it doesn't make you a bad person. I get it. You're just like, wait a second, what kind of racket are you trying to do? You're trying to take advantage of my empathy, and that's not cool.
How do you know that they're not military? Do you like go and like interview them? Like, hey.
No, you can, but you don't know. You just don't know, and you can't you don't know if someone's doing stolen valor, and they're on the street, and there's a good chance they were, but maybe they're misrepresenting it. Maybe they went to boot camp and they got dishonorably discharged. Whatever the case may be, doesn't necessarily make you a hero.
Yeah.
So that's how it is. Let's see. Beginning, it said too many TV specials about guys living in 2-story homes and parking their Lexus across the street. Yeah, I mean, that definitely affected the panhandler business.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a racket. But I mean, it is a job if you're willing to stand out there for 2 hours and humiliate yourself and get paid for it.
In Arizona in the
in summer.
Yeah, summertime. Crazy.
All right, Jennifer said, if I had endless money, I would donate to homeless vets or causes, and to about 22 a day causes. Okay. That's good. I mean, I've thought about, like, what about building up a homeless camp? And they're experimenting with tiny homes in Northern California. That doesn't seem like it would be too expensive. But the problem is when you have that many people in the tiny home development or homeless, there is a lot of mental illness, and there is, of course, a lot of drug addiction.
Right.
So you almost have to police it as well.
Exactly, which makes it like a kind of a different camp, you know.
Absolutely.
And
it's difficult, very difficult to find the answer.
And again, I mean, we gotta not like ignore the fact that some of these people, this is just part of the culture. This is part of life. We go out here, this is our job. We come out here, hit these corners up, you know.
Right. Yeah, no, people take that as a career. But yeah, like I said, that is actual work.
Yeah, and it's not an ideal career, but it's something that they chose.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some people at least.
All right, Mrs. Spork says it's probably the guy who's offering me food at Circle K. I could watch kids fall off bikes all day. I don't give a shit about your kids. Does that make you a bad person? Does that make Derek a bad person? That he can watch kids fall off bikes all day?
What are you supposed to do if they fall?
Laugh.
I mean, exactly. Yeah. Like, you try to attend to every kid, now you look like a weirdo. So best to just laugh.
Yeah, if I had unlimited money, I'd buy Congress for sure. All right, Vegan Negan, are you joking about the atheism bit? If religious types show up, I usually break out my Bible knowledge, and before they know it, I've saved them, and they're on their way to go. They're on their way, and I can go on with my damn day.
I love that. Like, you know, you got to sometimes beat people at their own game.
Right.
And a lot of those people, they knock on the door and they act like you know nothing about anything. So, yeah, no, you can argue them down, especially about religion.
Right. I used to have a ton of Jehovah's Witnesses hit me up in my old neighborhood up in Phoenix. And then when I came down here, I lived next to Mormon missionaries. My sister became Mormon. That was her way to rebel in my family, to become the black sheep, because, you know, my parents were just, you know, they were a mess and, you know, would drink and smoke weed and stuff like that. And then I was a partier and just a derelict. And so she got the way that she rebelled was she got straight A's and she became uber religious. And then I knew a lot about the Mormon religion and the Church of Mormon being temple worthy and things like that. And a lot of things I learned about the Mormon religion, the pros and the cons. I mean, I knew that it wasn't for me. And I saw a lot of hypocrisy like you see in a lot of organized religion. But then I also saw, you know, the good and the families that were Mormon around my sister.
Right.
At the end of the day, you can't change a tiger's stripes.
Right.
So she ended up not being Mormon after a while. She went down. She's a good person now, but she's just not religious. But when the Mormons would come up and try to pitch me on that,
like,
I would give a little backstory. I would tell them I know a little bit about it. And then I'd be like, and with all that knowledge, I'd like to say, go fuck yourself in the most respectful, polite way.
You should just take the air out their bike tire. And with that said, pop. I'm out of here.
The missionaries by my apartment, though, when I first moved down there, they were still quick to give me any kind of helping hand that I would need. They'd help me take out my trash.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Almost utilize them as a service. Like, hey, guys, I left a bag outside, a trash bag outside my front door, so we get a chance.
Me out. Yeah. The only thing I could take away from the Mormon religion, and I hope this isn't too deep, like they said in the Bible back in the day, the Mormon book, that being black was a curse. So I'm like, oh, that's how you feel? So
I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just straight up, I'm out.
You know, ride that bike elsewhere, buddy.
Let's see. I got my score report. Let's go to the phone and see what we got here. Caller, what's your name?
Hey, what's up, homie?
Hey, what's up, Donovan? How you doing, homie?
I'm pretty good.
Yeah, you doing good? That's good. What's going on with you?
Not much. Just chilling.
Chilling like a villain on penicillin?
Well, you could say that.
Yeah, I did.
I'm just sitting here listening to you, drinking a Coke soda, and watching my TV show.
I hope that's not that Mountain Dew that you're drinking.
So it's Diet Coca-Cola.
Nice. Hey, what'd you think of that last segment? Did you like it? I was talking with Lars from Metallica. Did you like that interview?
I missed it.
Oh.
I just got up.
Oh. Okay. I thought you were listening for a little bit. It was a big deal. I shouted you out and everything. I was like, hey, Lars, can you say hi to my buddy Donovan? And he's like, this is Lars Ulrich. I just want to say Donovan is the coolest guy ever. And it was a great shout out. I wish I recorded it. Damn.
You should.
I know. I should. I'm still getting technical issues here in this new studio. So I apologize, Donovan.
That's okay.
Okay, that's good. I'm glad you forgive me.
Yesterday, my mom and I went to have lunch at Denny's, and I had this appetizer of some kind of nachos. And I should have never, and it was so good. And I should have never ate it. Now I'm up, and I got an upset stomach. I don't feel good.
Yeah.
If I hang up on you, I don't mean to, because if I have to go, do my thing, and I'm sorry if I hang up on you, I don't mean to. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, yeah, if your mom comes in, you're busted. You don't want to get caught talking to me, some weird dude named Beef. She's gonna be like, "Who's that?" And then you're gonna be like, Mom, you dated him like 2 years ago. You don't remember the guy that took you to Pound Town?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't want to get you in trouble.
Yeah, next time you talk to the guy, next time you talk to Mars from Metallica,
yeah,
record it, and I want to hear it.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's a good idea. I should do that.
When I do hear it, I will call in and say, "Hey, can I record something for him?" And then if you ever get a chance to talk to him again, then you can hear my recording.
Okay, yeah. So you'll record something for Lars, he'll record something for you, and you guys could basically exchange audio files.
Yeah.
What would you record for Lars?
I am a big fan of Metallica. I love Metallica.
I know you do, dude. I know. You and I both.
I like Metallica, and I like Iron Maiden.
Yes, those are the heavy metal 4 or whatever, the kings of heavy metal. Let me ask you this, okay? If I was to record you right now saying something to Lars, what would you say?
Oh, let's do it.
All right. Oh, here you go. I'm recording right now. Donovan, your message to Lars Ulrich.
Hey, boss, this is Dawn. I think you got rock on for a long time. I think you are the badasses. Let's keep on walking, and I would love to see you someday in Tucson. No, Phoenix. Keep walking. Love you guys. Bye.
Nice. All right. Well, you ended it kind of like a voicemail. So you weren't leaving a voicemail, but it's still pretty good. I think the message was there. He rocks. Keep on rocking, and a lot of love. So I appreciate it.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah, nice.
Because when
Donovan, hold on. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I got to get ready to go on to this next segment. But after I do this segment, I'm going to play Metallica for you. Okay, I'm going to play Enter Sandman for you.
Okay, I love that song.
I know you do, bud. That's why I got it for you. It's coming up next, okay?
Okay, thanks, bud. Bye.
Bye. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. It's Wednesday. Wednesday means we do a segment called The Score Report. I came up with a theory. How do you know how good you are in bed? All right. Well, you ask someone you hooked up with, not a relationship, more like a one-night stand or a fling. And if they don't have any feelings for you anymore, I give them a call. And I asked them to rate you on a scale of 1 to 10. Mucho was first up to the plate where we were able to call up a girl that he hooked up with. Her name is Brenda, and she gave us an honest answer as to how good he is in bed. So I want to play that for you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the score report.
And then we started hooking up.
Is this a good thing or a bad thing? Someone tell me how to feel.
And there's our young Romeo now, and whoa, he has scored.
Beef Vegan presents the score report.
Score.
All right, I'm excited about this. It is time for the score report. I had an idea in my head saying, how do you know how good you are in bed truthfully? And the only way you can really find out what your number is on a scale of 1 to 10 is asking an ex who doesn't like you anymore what the honest answer was. And not like an ex-girlfriend that you dated for a couple years, but like a fling. Because, you know, if you date someone for a long time, you have times when you're a 1, you have times that you're a 10, and everything in between. But if you only get a shot, you got that 1 or 2 shots to show what you got. That's your true score, how good you are in bed. My first friend on the show to do the score report, and you're a brave man for doing this, and I appreciate it, is Mucho. Good morning, Mucho.
Hey, what's up, man?
How you feeling about this score report?
You know, you came to me with this, and I really don't think about it.
You don't think about it?
I don't think about it. I'm not that guy that, you know.
You don't even care if you're good or bad?
I know.
He's a romantic.
Sorry, I grew up in New York. So
yeah, all right. Well, he's a hopeless romantic. Well, we're able to call up Brenda.
Hopeless romantic.
Yeah. Brenda is a girl who Mucho actually dated 3 times. And
dated?
Yeah, well, took her out on dates and hooked up with her twice. So I'm gonna call up Brenda right now. Hello, Brenda, are you there?
Hello.
Hey. Oh, she sounds pretty, Mucho. Good job.
Come on, man.
Now, I called Brenda just to make sure it was okay to ask her this. And I also asked a bunch of questions. I'm going to ask them to you again, Brenda, just to make sure we're on the same page here, because we're looking to get the honest score for Mucho's performance in bed. First and foremost, do you have any feelings for Mucho? Do you have any intentions on trying to get Mucho back into your life?
That would be a no.
No? Is that a hard no, or maybe no, or just no?
They're like concrete no, hard no.
Concrete no. Okay.
Hey, it would actually scare me if she said yes.
Yeah. Well, what was your first impression of Mucho when you guys first started talking?
I mean, he was nice, and he was like, you know, like the kind that like wore like the Adidas pants where you could see like what's happening down there. So I it looked good, and like he has a conversation, like worked out, and like the first time, I would say like, you know, good, solid 6.
Okay. A solid 6. So is that going to be your final score for Mucho? A 6? Because that's really good. That's above average.
Well, if we're doing a letter grade, that's like a D. Can I get a 6.5 and get a C minus over here?
well, okay. So she said the first time, so you hooked up with him twice. What would you rate him on for the second time? Because I guess things ended after the second time.
Oh my God. So the second time, it was really sad because I would give it a 1.
Oh,
what? Do anything.
Wow.
Expecting me to do everything. I'm sorry, Brenda doesn't do all the work. Okay, like I make clean. I don't do all this work. I'll cook you a meal, but I need you to like meet me in the middle.
So you went the lazy lover route, Mucho. You didn't put in any work.
Hold on, man.
I would have rather gone to work. I would have rather have gone to work than have that experience.
First of all, I didn't know we were playing the law of averages over here.
Well, you
don't
twice.
expect Aaron Judge to go to the plate every time and hit a home run. So if we're gonna do the law of averages here, I need a rubber match. You know what I mean?
Oh, you need a third time?
Yeah, because a third time, you never know if I knock it out the park.
Not too many people get.
Maybe I can get to a 7.
Not too many people get another shot after doing a 1. You know what I mean? Even a player that strikes out a bunch eventually gets
drink
benched.
a little something. You smoke a little something. You know. As a matter of fact, it was kind of borderline. She taking advantage of me, to be real with you.
So this is your game technique. This is how you're gonna win Brenda
it's
back.
True. Why is it a game if it's true? But I'm saying, mommy, all I'm saying is number 3, and that's a real score right there. How you gonna base it off of even number? Come on.
Okay,
Stop
so
it.
you're gonna say what you're trying to propose to her to average out your score?
Saying, yeah.
So instead of a 6 or instead of a 1, you would want a 3. Brenda, would you agree with that? Would you give him an overall score of 3? I mean, that'd be nice.
I wouldn't go higher than 4, so yeah, I would give him a 3.
That's what I'm saying, though. You need a third time rubber match. That's all I'm saying.
What, you think you can bring it up? So, what do you think you can bring it up
Brenda
to?
obviously knows I can bring it up.
If you actually tried. Well, Brenda, I appreciate you putting Mucho's business out there and for him to know his true score. And if it was on average, that's a 3. But for the ladies out there, on the first time, when he puts in a little effort, the guy could be a 6. And that's pretty good, I guess.
To be honest with you, I could have gotten a -3, a -4. I got mine twice.
Again, just such a romantic, so smooth.
Thank you. I'm more like Duran. I put you in the middle of the ring, no mas.
Brenda, any advice, any parting advice you can give to Mucho before we head out the door here?
Try. I don't know. Just try harder. Just don't let me lay there. I'm not a fish.
All right, clear. There we go. That was round 2. A replay of the score report for you guys on the stream. You guys know this, but this time it sounded a lot better, right? I had to replay it at 8:00 because I needed it not to skip. It's too good of a segment to have it all glitchy. Say it's one thing to have some back and forth for ratings and entertainment, but he carried it. Didn't need to talk about something else. I'm trying to get some crew. Yeah, I don't know if Mucho's strategy of being overly confident and is good game. I don't know if he's gonna get any emails after this being like, I'll see if you're real 6 or not.
I mean, anything can happen, and that's why we do it.
Right?
Put the energy out there, and if somebody wants to grab it and involve themselves into it,
yeah. He's like going into it too. I wasn't that surprised. He's like, I don't care. I'm like, what, you don't care? You're like, I don't care what they rate me. Fuck it. Like, I'm like, well, you don't want to be good?
Well, it's like we were saying. It's like the ultimate goal was
to be
accomplished.
Good. Yeah.
I mean, you got
the
there.
ultimate goal. Yes,
the
ultimate
ultimate
goal.
is to get there.
Right.
I mean, now whether your performance is, I'm a firm believer that reputation is everything. You need to protect it with your life.
Mm-hmm.
So anytime you go into anything like that, give it your all.
Yeah.
I'm treating it like it's war, but
right.
Still,
it is
with that same energy.
Yeah, you want to go with that energy, like, I mean, I know, I guess I was obsessed with it, trying to be good forever, and then when I felt like I finally got decent, then it was game on. Then I wanted to show everybody.
Right.
I was like, hey, I'm good at this. Let's all do it.
You're going to go through your rookie slump, So
my rookie slump lasted over a decade. Yeah.
Sometimes you had your breakout season.
Right. No, I would have breakout performances, right? But the season as a whole would be a losing one, I would be the Diamondbacks.
Let's not do that. That's a shot right now.
Hey, they suck right now.
They
do. It fits. Aaron's coming in here in a little bit, and then Aaron and Matt are gonna go head to head, and I'm hoping I can get. I have these FC Tucson tickets to give away. And so I might attempt to do this all or nothing game, which is very simple. I try to get 3 people on the phone at once that want to win these tickets. And I ask them all the same question. If they all get it right, then they all win the tickets. But if one person gets it wrong, then nobody wins tickets. So it's fun. But with FC Tucson, and depending on the time I ask in a new station, I'm trying to figure out, the audience when they're calling in, how many people we have, and then building it up. So we'll see. All right, so
let's get some winners in on here.
We'll get them here soon.
Let's do it.
Oh, what was that? So I talked about. I'm going to share this right now. So we talked about the most stressful place in America, and Cleveland came in number 1, according to a recent survey, basing it on several factors.
Right.
Just living in Cleveland is the most stressful place you can live in America. So there's also a report of the best places to live in America in 2021. So
Seattle.
You think Seattle, with everything that's been going down in the Pacific Northwest, that they would make the list? Seattle.
Everybody loves like Northwest America. I don't get it, but
it's true. I mean, there is coming in number 10 is a Pacific Northwest city.
Okay.
And that is Portland.
I was going to say Portland too.
Right. So, Portland, of course, is a beautiful town. Oregon is beautiful, but there's a lot of conflict and a divisiveness going on in all the Pacific Northwest. Oregon seems to be going through its fair share. Seattle, of course, went through some stuff. They looked at about 150 cities, and America's 5 biggest didn't fare well. New York was 118th. All right. Lower than that was Los Angeles at 126th.
Wow.
Chicago, 102nd. Houston, 39th. And Phoenix was 40th.
Really?
Yeah. So Phoenix wasn't even one of the best places to live in America. But, 40 out of 150, it's not the worst either.
Yeah.
So let me break down the top 10 for you. Portland, Oregon, of course, was 10. 6 out of these 10 are actually in Colorado, Florida, or named Portland. So Colorado and Florida are on the list a couple times. Coming in number 9, Sarasota, Florida. Yeah.
I guess.
Have you been there? You know anything about it?
A beach town? Yeah.
Well, every town in Florida is a beach town. Portland, Maine is number 8. Naples, Florida is number 7. And now we get into some Colorado. And I really think weed has a lot to do with this.
Yeah.
Colorado Springs. So 2 cities in Colorado make the top 10. So this is the second one. Denver didn't, though, even though it was number 2 last year. Now it's number 14. So a big drop for Denver. Number 5, Austin, Texas. And that's this year. We'll see if it holds up next year because everyone's flooding to Austin.
Yeah.
Number 4, Fayetteville, Arkansas. That's a surprise.
Is this list just consist of places nobody lives in?
No, I mean, they did it.
A handful of people.
Yeah, no, it ranks a high quality of life and the cost of living. So Fayetteville, Arkansas, apparently high quality of life. Number 3, Huntsville, Alabama. And it ranked higher in value than any other city in the top 10.
Alabama.
I know. I get it.
It's hot.
Yeah, hot, humid. But, number 2, the Raleigh, Durham area in North Carolina. So that's that area. So I guess just for process elimination, then who the number 1 is, because I say Colorado Springs was the second Colorado city in the top 10. Number 1 overall, Boulder, Colorado.
Okay. Interesting list.
Yeah, when I look at radio markets, right?
Yeah.
When I was before I got this gig, I was looking at outside opportunities, but I'm like, where in the country would I be willing to move to?
Right.
And the list is very small. And because I don't want to go to the East Coast or Wisconsin, the Midwest seems just terrible to me.
Yeah.
But Colorado, a lot of places in Colorado were definitely a thumbs up. Like I would live in Colorado. I think that's an easy
cost
transition.
of living, it makes sense.
Right.
Everything. Wow.
All right, we're on. Rock 102.1 KFMA and Speed Vegan presents What Does Your Face Say About Your Sex Life? That was a question that researchers were asking. And, I can tell you right now, if your face says ugly, it screams no sex life. And science doesn't need to tell you that. Uncle Beef does. All right? Sorry. Some people just got beat with that ugly stick. It's just the way it is. present company included. Okay.
Whoa. All right.
Yeah, not you though. You're a good-looking man, Matt.
I try to take care of myself.
All right, they say that men with long features and large eyes and women with slim faces and small eyes are perceived to be more promiscuous. Like those are the ones that are gonna to be himbos and bimbos, if you will.
Like little beady-eyed girl that's just like staring to my soul.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm gonna stare at you.
Now, here's the most interesting thing about this study is that the men with long features and large eyes who are perceived as kind of slutty dudes, women can pick up on that. They can recognize a guy who'd be down for casual sex, but men, we're oblivious. We're dummies. We can't spot the green flag, even if it's waving in front of our face.
Bro, I'm the worst at that too.
No, you're just a guy, dude. All guys can't pick up on these signs. Women literally have to be like, no, dummy, I want it now with you. They have to put it in plain text and just like get it. You got to simplify it for dudes. So when they did this study, they showed a bunch of pictures and variations of people. And the women, again, were able to spot the man whores from a mile away. And the guys, even being man whore guys, weren't able to spot their female counterpart. But apparently, it's all in our face, and we could tell whether or not. So if you are out there, say, dude out there, if you're a man whore, and you know you are, and you just like to bang around, maybe it's not your fault. Maybe it's your face's fault.
Blame your face.
Blame your face. That's what I'm doing. More Beefing Presents coming up after the break.
Hilarious. Busted face, dude.
You busted face, yeah.
I was about to say, in the wild, like the peacock and everything, it's like always the male with the beautiful feathers, beautiful stripes or whatever, and the female bird has to like, oh, okay, you colorful. Let me go holler at you.
Yep.
So, man, if you're a man and you got a busted grill, busted face.
Yep.
What chance? It's maybe that's good though. It's like natural selection, right? Like, or something like that. Like, we're not going.
Let's go grab Aaron. We got to take a quick look on the stream. We're going to grab Aaron and we'll be right back in.
We out.
No, we're coming back. We're not out. Hey, Ron. Yeah. Plus one. Smoke here. That's a new setup for you, man. Dang. You're sitting right here.
Oh, we got some gold coins for me?
Yes, chocolate.
Chocolate in there?
Mm-hmm. Then plug in your headphones right underneath you there, and I'm going to get you on the camera. All right, we are back. Thank you guys for riding out the break with us. Yeah, I forgot about that, Derek. Yeah. Derek's doing some trivia here.
Been messing with me all morning.
That's my catfish cam. I gotta set up the camera so you guys can see Aaron. Hold on a second.
What do I plug this bad boys into?
Right underneath you.
Oh, right there. I was looking at the entire thing.
Oh, sorry, you guys probably see my arm right now.
That is dope. Is that tablet just with a keyboard like attached to it?
Yeah, so it's like a Bluetooth keyboard and a Bluetooth mouse. And it's just an iPad.
That's dope.
So pretty much just like there's no reason for laptops anymore.
Right.
This thing is like $300 for the iPad. It does everything a laptop does.
Right. Oh, that's cool, man.
And it just looks very techy too.
Yeah, right. And that's what I was looking. I was like, oh man.
I still got
He's got the formula
angle, but there's Aaron.
Just getting around having to buy another laptop.
Right. Shit. Not mad.
All right. Any guesses? This is a D-Rock's trivia question of the day. All right. So he asked, it wasn't felching. No, that's funny. Derek asked, when Beef did his first show, when he impersonated Steve-O, he did a stunt on air, quote unquote stunt. It made people gag and puke. Anyone guess what it is? Oh, and that's a good one. It made me remember. I'm going to do a tease here. Rock 102.1 KFMA's Beef Vegan presents, and we got breaking news coming out of the NFL that Matt's going to share with us after Crowbot. All right. Let's see. Let me fix your angle here. So
I'll keep me on the screen.
Yeah, get you on the screen.
Sweet.
There you go.
How's it looking?
Looks good.
All right.
Yeah. That's what Aaron looks like. So got Matt, Aaron, got a full crew going on here this morning. It is full because I only have 3 mics in the studio total. So we're using everything.
Definitely grateful because we had 2 mics last week. So big step up.
Third mic. At this rate, we'll have 4 mics next week.
This is major.
Yeah.
We're growing.
Now too.
Huh?
There's stuff on the walls now.
Yeah, there's stuff on the walls. We got some decorations. Thank you, Mucho and the promotions team for putting that together. They got the shows back, which is good. It felt good because there was a minute there that I didn't feel that at all. I was just like, man, they're just setting me up to fail here. I got this a huge opportunity, which is fantastic, but do they really want me to succeed?
Trust the process.
I guess, sometimes the process is no process at all. So, yeah, breaking news coming out of the NFL that Matt's going to do with us. This is a big story.
It is a big story. Crazy.
Yeah, I got a theory about this too. Yeah, and Denise said, thanks to Beef's awesome friends for joining him on the show. Yes, I'm very grateful to have.
Yeah, right.
If anything is different between the show across the hall and the show, this show, is that this show has friends. Not everyone hates me. It's so weird.
Is that why we're here every week?
Yeah. Well, yeah. That and the station's like, we can't afford to hire anyone for you and stuff, so you're on your own. I'm like, well, then I'm gonna have a bunch of friends hang out with me. So
definitely gives that friend vibe too, like just people just shooting the shit, just talking.
Absolutely.
And then what's worse is like everybody has like the radio voice and they're so on.
Right.
That doesn't feel authentic.
Right.
Yeah. So breaking news. This just happened. Beav, I'm passing it to you.
That's what I'm waiting for after the break.
You're gonna do that? You're gonna do some
energy?
radio voices?
Yeah.
Making voices.
Let's see.
You get one of those giant soundboards. Like,
You got to talk into the microphone. Yeah.
Oh, is a microphone for the stream too?
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
sweet.
Yeah.
We're always on.
Always on. Yeah.
Always. Well, I mean, we take little breaks here. They get scared about always being on with but we're on in 20 seconds. That's why we're on right now. If management's watching, they're like, wait a second, they're just BSing. But the part of always being on is I always have segments. So I have segments off the air and segments on the air.
Nice.
We're getting ready into the new one. I'll set you up, Matt, and then you give us the information, okay?
All right.
All right, let's do this. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents. And we got breaking news coming out of the NFL. Matt, what did you find out?
So longtime NFL cornerback, former San Francisco 49er and Seattle Seahawk, Richard Sherman, who is a free agent right now, was booked at 6:08 a.m. local time at the King County Correctional Facility in Seattle for burglary. I can't even say that. Burglary.
Thank you. Yeah. Don't worry, it
17
happens.
syllables.
Domestic violence.
No.
Yeah, so that means he was beating somebody up and taking their ass as well.
Now, is this somebody that he was dating? What's the backstory here? What did you hear about this before? And did you know that this was coming?
No, but what I do know is that Sherman was denied bail. So
okay,
it was serious enough for them to not even grant him bail.
No, this is crazy because Richard Sherman to me was always like the good guy, Richard Sherman, right? He was the professional. He was the pro cornerback. He talked smack, but part of his backstory is that he was a very smart man. He was an intellectual.
He went to Stanford.
Yeah, and I know he just like did all of his own contracts too. He didn't have an agent, and he always like seemed to be one of the smarter guys in the field, coached up younger players and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
That degree, boy.
Yeah. So with that, I mean, with his reputation, this is the biggest surprise to me. A guy that was so smart and intelligent in the way that he handled business and the way he carried himself off the field. I didn't see this coming from a mile away. And the only thing that I could assume or attribute it to is CTE, man.
Yeah.
And the burglary. So this has to be some kind of lover's quarrel, right?
Yeah.
So, and you're not finding anything out because right now I don't even want to speculate, but I have a ton of speculation. I'm like, okay, here's what happened.
No,
okay.
Right now, no further details, but I mean, I think you got it. It might be just, lover's quarrel. Yeah.
Here's what I think what happened. Before we find out what happens, let me speculate a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. So, his girl, right? He's dating a girl and everything. And then, they're kind of like shacked up a little bit, but she's not living in his mansion, but he's spending a lot of time over at her place and he bought her a TV. And then there's a falling out and he has a fight and everything. And he's like, I'm taking this TV back, bitch. It's my TV. And then hopefully just kind of bumped into her on the way out and didn't physically abuse her. But if they're holding out the bail, actually, I have no defense for that. I hope it's not as serious as it sounds for the sake of everyone involved, the victim included. But this is bad. And especially in Seattle where he, helped them win a Super Bowl. Did they win the Super Bowl? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's when everybody was labeling him a thug because he has post-game interview. He was like really excited and said that these people can't hold us. Blah, blah, just really amped. And people were like, oh, Richard Sherman, such a thug.
Oh, that's when he was holding down Crabtree that whole game.
Yeah. Oh, look at him.
Gittins on the stream.
He was being a football player.
Right. Gittins on the stream says he bet it was jewelry, which I think actually is more spot on. Like taking back a chain or a ring or bracelet or anything that he bought whatever that he could have gifted or bought somebody, and that's the burglary charge.
Right. I feel like an NBA player or another NFL star had this same thing happen to them last year. I forget the name. I should probably do some research, but yeah, like no, it was around like jewelry and just like the house. They're like, yo, you gotta get out the house. We're no longer together. They're like, no, I gave you all these years of my life.
Right.
I'm staying here. And then that's when he like punched the wall and other things.
Yeah. Freaked out on him.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, that's breaking news. We'll tell you more as the story develops. But as of right now, Richard Sherman is in jail for domestic violence and burglary with no bail being set. This is a big story that's breaking. So again, when more information comes out, we'll share with you, hopefully before the end of the show, if not sometime over the next couple days. Let's take a quick break. We're going to be back with more Beef Vegan Presents next.
Someone just wrote saying Vegas Raiders next.
He's going to talk about that.
Well, that's
I have a lot to say about that too.
Why? About the Vegas Raiders?
Raiders have a very zero tolerance domestic violence policy.
Really?
Do they?
Yeah, because Raiders have always kind of been labeled like the thug team.
Yeah.
Yes.
They've always been like the front of like a lot of civil issues too. Like they hired the first woman coach, the first like Hispanic coach. Like yes.
Are you a huge Raiders fan?
I am.
Oh yeah, because you grew up in the
I grew up like
the Bay Area. Okay.
The last thing they want, especially going to a new city, is to be labeled that bad boy image that they were in Oakland.
But it's Las Vegas.
And it's just domestic like violence specifically.
Yeah.
Thing they've always done too. Like, but I mean, not
Right.
they've done. But,
Hey, you like to beat your spouse? Come on to the Raiders.
Yeah, that's like they're like a big second chance team, but it's never been like a domestic violence second chance.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean,
Keep that mic in front of you, Aaron. I want to be able to hear you.
Off air microphone. Actually.
Yeah. So, speaking of domestic violence abusers, did anyone see Greg Hardy get knocked out?
Yo,
Isn't that fantastic?
Yeah, that was that made me feel good.
By fat guy? I mean, score one for the fat guy, man. With the left.
I did not see
too.
this.
No, Greg Hardy was MMA, right?
Yeah, it was UFC. It was over the weekend, 246. And Greg Hardy came in. He was kind of on a tear, even though he didn't have the experience in mixed martial arts. He's still a super athlete.
Yeah.
So he was able to have some success, but no more. They figured him out, and they're just clocking him in the face. And honestly, it's no better feeling seeing a dirtbag get knocked the fuck out. It's like watching a bully get knocked out.
Absolutely.
And so that was good. It was in the first round. It didn't take long. So hopefully Greg Hardy's career is over. There was a lot of controversy around the UFC even hiring him and putting him on this stage because of his content and character. He is such a bad guy, and not in like he's a bad man NFL way. I mean, the fact is he's not playing in the NFL now because he is beyond bad for NFL standards.
Exactly.
And the NFL has a gray area when it comes to that. You could be a certain amount of shitbag.
I feel like that could help with MMA though. Like some guy that everyone's rooting for to get knocked out in the ring.
Yes.
Yeah, like the bad guy persona. Like, he's the villain, but now you actually are a terrible person in like real life. It's not like
he's playing a character on there or something.
Right. It's like Floyd Mayweather. We know him to be the bad guy because he's like, I guess, the $1 million man from wrestling, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's just boxing. And he just happens to get into a dispute with his wife and he hits her. Not crazy about that, but it's not like we know you just to beat up women.
Yeah.
Every day of the week.
Yeah.
You just had this one incident.
Well, people, root and want to see Floyd Mayweather get his ass kicked too, but that's never going to happen.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, at this point. But Jake Paul is one of those people who is literally building a career based off of people wanting to see him get his ass kicked. Did you see that rundown with Jake Paul? And he met with Tyrone Woodley yesterday. They did a kind of face-off press conference.
I hate that I'm so I'm in love with the circus.
You're invested in this,
I'm invested, love all of this. And I don't want to because I actually like boxing, but they're showmen. The Paul brothers, they know how to get you.
They get the clicks.
Exactly. So
100%. And so
I'm never gonna buy one. So, but
no, I'll legally stream that all day long.
Exactly. I didn't want to say that, just in case the people are watching.
Right.
Bezos is out there.
Yeah, right.
So Jake Paul made a bet with Tyrone Woodley, and Woodley accepted the bet. Loser gets the tattoo, the other person's name tattooed on him with "I love." So if Jake Paul loses to Tyron Woodley, he's gonna get tattooed "I love Tyron Woodley" tattooed on him, and vice versa. If Tyron somehow loses, and there are people who think that he's at a disadvantage going into this. George St. Pierre being one notable MMA fighter who thinks that Tyron can lose to Jake Paul, and that's because boxing is a whole different sport and science than MMA. But, there are people that argue that Tyron Woodley knows how to box and spars with people. So
is he a big dude? I don't know much about boxing.
He's shorter than Jake Paul.
Yeah,
okay, because reach is a huge thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
yes.
Absolutely. So Tyron Woodley is standing at 5'9" to Jake Paul 6 foot. Yeah. And this is something that the Paul brothers, I'm noticing they're doing a lot. They're just like, hey, let's get someone shorter, older, and out of shape, and then we'll just hit them in the face, because they actually do look good. If you could put them in like amateur boxing right now, and they'll do fairly well because they've been doing it for 3 years. So I think Jake Paul will beat Tyron Woodley.
Really?
Yeah, because he's been active. He's been working out. Tyron Woodley just came off the couch after just coming off a few losses from MMA or UFC. And it's not in his favor. And George St. Pierre couldn't say better. Like, it's a whole different sport.
Well, I'll say this, like, Tyron Woodley doesn't look like he ever sat on the couch. I mean, the guy is still in great shape.
But he's not in boxing shape.
He's not, but he's no Ben Askren. He's not this big fat ass or just like lazy ass. That's what Askren did. Ben Askren only trained for the fight for like 1 week. So insiders knew that he was going to get knocked out quick. I was surprised by it because I just didn't give Jake Paul any credit. Now that he has a little bit of credit, I still find it hard to believe that he's going. I don't think he's going to knock out Tyron Woodley. It is going to be a legitimate 8-round sanctioned fight. Mm-hmm. And it's still difficult for me to want to put money on Jake Paul winning this fight.
All it takes is one good punch. And
that's
looking
true.
At Tyron Woodley's last punch is like with UFC, because you are able to grab. If I can move your hand out the way and get the shot, it's a lot easier to do that in UFC than it is in boxing. You're gloved up. You need to work on head movement, knowing where to put your body at. So I see him getting worked out because he just started boxing.
Right.
He even said on the YouTube, like, yo, I always wanted to box. Let's be good. And I think the huge misconception in boxing is that you can just cross over from any sport and do it because, but then you'll end up like Greg Hardy, Nate Robinson.
Right.
It's not a huge, you can't play this,
Well, Tyron Woodley's a fighter, though. That's the big difference. So those two were just athletes in games. So a whole different racket. Let me do a quick tease, and then we're going to talk about Megan Fox doing ayahuasca.
Oh, sweet.
For the sake of time, I'm cutting that song short real quick. When we come back, Megan Fox did ayahuasca, and it was not a good time. I'll tell you that story next. Okay. So that fight is coming up around the corner, but there will be a bunch of people paying and buying that fight just so they could possibly see Jake Paul get his ass kicked.
That's all we do.
That's the majority of people are going to be rooting for that.
Yeah.
And you still don't think so. If you were to put a bet on the fight today, you going with Woodley or you going with Paul?
I'm going Paul the distance.
Paul the distance. So he's going to get the decision.
Yeah. Not
okay.
Get the knockout.
I'm going Paul too. And this is me not knowing much about boxing, but cardio is like the biggest thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tyron Woodley's 39. I mean, he still looks like he's in great shape, but
you're 39.
But you're 39.
Yeah. Kid. He's been doing this for 4 years now.
Okay.
Although Logan Paul looked very sloppy. Actually,
Logan Paul got knocked out. Logan Paul was saved because it was an exhibition.
Yeah.
And, Mayweather was putting on the show, even though, a lot of people would not be complaining that they robbed the public if Mayweather just let Logan Paul fall to the canvas and be knocked out. But I think there's even audio where you hear Jake or Logan Paul being like, begging for help, basically. Like, don't make me look bad, help me out. So there was some kind of agreement being held between the two before the fight that they would kind of protect each other's brand and literally just rob the public. And it was a disservice, and it just wasn't right.
Kind of makes sense with the post fight interview that Logan had. He was like, I took on Mayweather and I'm so happy. He didn't like drag him and trash him like his younger brother would, because he knows you saved me in the ring. Okay, that makes sense.
And the same thing for Mayweather, talking him up.
Yeah.
You know, he talked up Logan Paul a lot, and it was all a business
saying, he's
move.
a good kid.
Yeah, it's good fight, good heavyweight.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't know if he was
I
about
like
other
that passive
heavyweights.
aggressiveness there. Yeah, he's a nice kid.
Yeah.
A little tap on the head. Like,
And apparently, you know, I mean, there is speculation and rumor that Floyd Mayweather made $100 million on it.
oh, yeah. Mayweather's not doing the fight for anything less. Remember the kid he fought in Japan?
Yeah, I made a ton of money on that.
He said, I made what, a couple $100 million or 100 some odd million?
Did he knock that kid out, though?
Yeah, he knocked him out like 4 times.
Right.
Like on the ground. And the kid started crying because he really thought, I'm this nice kickboxer. I'm going to take on the best boxer of the modern era.
Humbling.
Yeah, very humbling.
Yeah.
But you wanted to see that kid get knocked out. He had a blonde mohawk. Like,
That's enough.
yeah. Get punched in the face. How dare you?
How dare you? All right, let's go on the air and do my ayahuasca story here. Rock 102.1 KFMA, it's Beefing and Presents. That was Foo Fighters, of course. You know that. Let me tell you about ayahuasca. If you don't know what that is, it's an hallucinogen. You guys know what it is, right, Matt, Aaron?
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. So the way that you're quote unquote supposed to do ayahuasca, there's a proper way. You go to indigenous areas, Costa Rica being one of them. You have a shaman of sorts kind of walk you through this process. A lot of people have documented ayahuasca trips in the past. Chelsea Handler did a special where she drank it and she went on this trip. And once you do the ayahuasca, the effects are like this. You drink the tea, then you vomit and poo yourself normally. And then you go on a crazy psychedelic journey. Most of the time it's soul searching and eye-opening, but also horrifying. And in this case, Megan Fox just shared a story that she did this exact same thing with her current boyfriend, Machine Gun Kelly.
I say it's his fault.
It's 100% his fault. He's like, hey, babe, you got an idea? You want to go to Costa Rica, do some ayahuasca? And that'd be punk rock. That'd be so emo punk rock. Right? That's douche. Anyways, so she was interviewed on Jimmy Kimmel Live, and there was a guest host when she told this story. And she said she went to Costa Rica. She had the proper setting. And she thought she was going to be like glamping, you know, Hollywood star, right? So I'm going to go to Costa Rica and I'll have this nice setup. But that was the opposite case.
Jungle.
Yeah, it was a full-blown jungle experience. She was in the middle of the jungle. You don't get to eat till after you don't get to eat after 1 p.m. So you have to fast.
Yeah, because you vomit it all up, right?
Yeah, which is actually a good call. You don't want to vomit all these chunks and everything. You want to have that empty stomach. Then they made her walk a very far distance to get water, and you can't shower because they're in a drought. So there was nothing glamorous about this. So she explained that after the process began with the vomit-inducing tea, she explained her experience by saying everybody's journey is different, but on the second night, she went to hell for eternity. That is her quote. I went to hell for eternity. And the thing about eternity and hell is there's no beginning, middle, or end. Like,
just always been there.
Yes.
And she will always be there.
Yes. And this reminds me of a salvia trip that I once had. But yeah, I get it. It's where you don't know when it began and you don't think there's ever an end. So you're there just forever. But she said you have a real ego death. And it goes straight into your soul and takes you into a psychological prison that you hold yourself in. So there's your PSA to not do ayahuasca for the day, right?
I blame her role in Jennifer's body. You did this to yourself.
Yeah, you did this to yourself. Her final quote was, so it's your own version of hell. And I was definitely there. So good times were had, apparently.
It's like a multiple hour experience too, right? It's supposed to be like DMT, but stretched out over like a day or two.
That sounds torturing.
Like LSD times 3, and it's almost always a bad time, man. Is that something you would never do?
Absolutely not.
I would not do it.
I would still do it, but I'm an idiot. So don't do what I would do.
Oh, see, 5 minutes in, I'd be like, this is going to be a bad day. And oh, God, it's just starting.
It's like, and there's no off button neither.
Right,
There's no
yeah.
like, okay, I'm turning around. Let me get out of here.
Right. No, because it's hell for eternity.
I hate the people that say, oh, just have some happy thoughts. Like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
okay.
Sure.
Happy thoughts.
Think positive. You got
I'm vomiting and pooping myself at the same time. There are no happy thoughts.
Oh, man.
Clear. Yeah. That does remind me of salvia, though. Have you guys ever done salvia?
I stayed away from that one. It was really big when I was like in middle school, high school, though.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, so I had this stupid idea because salvia was legal. So I had this stupid idea to do the salvia alphabet challenge on my show up in Phoenix. So the idea was you get high on salvia and then you say the alphabet. Now, a lot of times, a lot of people took the salvia alphabet challenge. They were able to say the alphabet. And as they were patting themselves on the back like they won, then the trip would kick in and be like, tricked you. Yeah, he didn't really win. It was all set up. The alphabet is nothing. I don't even care about the alphabet. I was just
So see black out on the floor.
Pretty much. And so when I first did the salvia, we did this entire show around it, right? We were learning about it, what's the proper way to do it, what the scientific nature of how it works, its history, like this whole PBS style investigative journalism. And then it led to us on the air doing salvia for the first time. And let me tell you, it is a terrifying experience. Absolutely terrifying because one, it hits you. It's like lights are on, then lights are off, right? And you don't see it coming. You don't feel. And then as soon as you're high on it, you forgot that you did it. You don't know that you're high. Now, when it's like mushrooms or LSD or any of those things like that, you could tell yourself, your subconscious, your conscious, whatever, oh, it's because I'm high. Like I'm tripping on acid. I know I'm tripping.
Right.
You can't do that with salvia. You're just lights out. And
different existence.
Yes, and you're stuck in an eternity because you didn't know that you forgot the beginning.
Yeah.
And you don't see an end. So that's scary. And what happened for me, my personal experience. It was like I said,
it's bad when they can make it legal and just not worry about it.
Right. It was legal because it was non-addictive because nobody wants to do it on a regular basis.
No one's doing it like a second time.
Well, with DMT, don't you you kind of like die for a little bit, don't you? Like your heart rate slows down and you like go into like your magic place and everything else.
You got
I never
do a
heard
lot
that.
of like crossover, I think.
Yeah. Someone says like essentially like you die for like a few seconds.
Maybe
DMT
like
only
mentally, like they call it like ego death, that kind of thing. Like, like your mind is just no longer attached to your body.
You know when you talk to like natural people and they always say like words and you really take it literal, but they mean ego death. So when they tell me, you die for a little bit, I'm like, you die.
Sounds terrible.
Let me interject here and continue because I forgot Todd was there when I did this for this show. He's like, Beef takes hit, hands over bong, and then says, make this stop. Like I immediately regretted that decision. Right. So while I'm there, I felt like I was dead. I felt like I was in the afterlife. I was on the other side and it was terrifying. Right. So this like white tornado surrounded me. Right. So it was like almost a white wall of wind. And so I could see past it, but it was like I was on the other side, like I was on the other side of this wall that you're sitting on. And I was kind of reaching out, trying to communicate, trying to get you to grab me and pull me through like the ghost in Poltergeist through the television. Like, please save me.
My biggest fear is that you don't come out of that, like I've had some bad trips before and I'm like, if I'm over here talking to God, like, yo, if you can bring me out of this without having to talk like Forrest Gump or something else, being brain dead, please, I will never do this again.
Right. Yeah, well, and Todd commented, it was that fast. Yeah, it hit you that fast and you immediately forget that you did it.
Glad you're back with us. Well, you stuck on the other side of this white tornado. Like
the reality is it felt like forever while I was in it, but it only lasted a couple minutes. And then you snap out of it and you're okay. So that's another reason why it wasn't illegal, because you're not high for very long. You know, you hit it, you're high, and then you're not high. But for the person who gets high, they seem like, for them, it feels like hours. But for the people around you that are not high, just see you tripping and fishing out on the floor for 90 seconds.
Just
flopping around.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I'll share another story while we're on the salvia tip. So after we did this salvia special, we move on. We go to the next day. The next day, I have a couple guests in studio. Okay, it's this girl Nancy from Normal. She's a marijuana activist. She was the president of Normal at the time. And this musician friend of mine, his name was Pi from Cousins of the Wise.
Okay.
Right. So we're doing a show. We're having fun. I'm broadcasting out of my living room. Nancy and Pi, they're like, hey, can we get stoned? I'm like, absolutely. I was going to have Pi freestyle and do a song because he's a rapper singer.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, hey, we're going to do a quick break. And then Pi's going to come back and he's going to do a song for us. So Pi's like, yeah, can I get high before I do it? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely, dude. Get that inspiration. So he grabs the bong and he hits the bong and then he cashes out the bowl. And then so we get back on the air and I start talking to him. And then all of a sudden, boom, lights out. And he drops the mic and he tries to pick up the mic and he's like this. And we're looking, we're like, is he stroking out right now? Like, is he gonna die in front of us? We're terrified, and we're live on the air, right? And he's like, and then I remember seeing his face. He looks over at Nancy because Nancy is a gorgeous girl, right? And she's sitting right next to him, and she's looking terrified as well. And he looks over and he's like, like that,
like save me, Nancy, you're the expert of this.
Yeah, but he can't say the words that are coming out of his mouth. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on, man? And we're seeing him just kind of scramble, and I'm trying to cover for it on the air. And then we go back into song, and he's still doing this for a minute or two after we get off the air. And he slowly starts coming back. And then after he came back and he came down, 30 minutes later, Buddha, it was the guy who was on the show with me, he was like, hey, we smoked salvia out of that bong that he hit, right?
Oh, no.
And I'm like, oh, shit.
And that's not a drug to spontaneously accidentally do.
The salvia.
No mental preparation, nothing.
The salvia was in the stem. It didn't catch through. So it was resonated. And when he hit the bong,
it hit harder.
He cherried it. And he inadvertently gave him a salvia high. And we didn't know. So I accidentally drugged him on salvia. And it made him go on this trip, which was the scariest thing he'd ever experienced in his life. And one of the scariest things.
He was like,
that's before video streams for your radio show.
Huh?
Before you had video stream on your radio show.
Not ripping anything that beef brings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, this broom closet, it's no smoking allowed. But Prop 207 means that if I was still in my living room, we'd definitely be able to do that. Yeah, but it was terrifying. And it was one of those things where, I'm still friends with him today, thankfully. He could have easily hated me and not wanted to talk to me ever again. And I would not blame him. But yeah, that's the resin. So even the resin on that will get you. And worst freestyle ever, by the way. I was dropping a beat. He goes like this. He has the mic. He's ready. Because at first he's just high and the beat's playing. And all of a sudden the salvia kicks in. He's like, and then hitting the mic.
You're supposed to drop the mic at the end.
Yeah. I was like, oh, he's channeling ODB. Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, bye.
Shimmy.
Just bug it out.
That's kind of like some rap nowadays, anyways.
Yeah, absolutely. That's some
well-placed sounds.
Exactly.
He was ahead of his time. Yeah, he absolutely was.
Oh man, imagine what your listeners were going through during that time listening.
Again, it was probably it was only a few at the time, but yeah, they were freaked. It was weird. Well, a lot of them didn't know what was going on, and then we covered it by going off the air. But there was about 4 or 5 of us in the room that are all watching him die. I'm like, man, you didn't kill that freestyle. You got murdered by it.
Yeah. Luckily, we didn't murder you.
Yeah.
Have you seen that driving on salvia or early YouTube video?
No.
It's one of the first YouTube videos out there. Oh, it's hilarious if you get a chance. It's
I
not
have-
good radio to describe a YouTube video, but
Well, no, driving on stuff, I can pull it up on the stream.
oh, nice. Yeah. So it's this guy. He's like, all right, if you're gonna pull up the stream, I'll describe the whole thing, but the spoilers.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I know.
spoilers.
You can just no,
Is this guy gonna blow up in his car or something?
no,
Like-
set it up.
I'll set it up.
Yeah, no, I keep talking about it. Driving on Salvia.
All right. So it's this guy. He's like, all right, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to take some hit to Salvia. Then we're just going to cruise around, see what happens. And long story short, he never leaves his parking spot. And he's just sitting there tripping out slowly, trying to put his car in drive. And then he sees like this cat just sitting on his window. And he like freaks out with a huge gasp.
Okay.
It's great.
I'm
wait,
pulling
so
it
is
up
the
right
cat
now.
there? Or
Yeah, so
is it
there's
just,
a cat.
okay.
The camera will just pan. He's like,
Here, let's see if we can hear a little bit of this.
Let's see. Look,
Hold on.
let's watch this. Oh man.
All right, so he's hitting it right now, as you can hear. And I would try not to talk while the audio's going on because it gives an echo feature. But so we're gonna listen to this machine. It's driving Salvia. Let's hear what it sounds like. All right, so yeah, I guess you guys can't have audio. I'm gonna try to put it through the queue and see if you could just pick it up on my mic. Maybe not. I mean, if there's no audio, I could hear it. And unfortunately, that's one of the technical issues we're trying to figure out. But you see him. I want to listen to it though. Oh, Mike is muted. Oh, that's why. I'm an idiot. No, I'm an idiot. It's my fault. There was no audio. Now you can hear. Watch.
it's definitely early YouTube. Yeah. 2008 or 2009 or something.
So are the lights out at this point?
Oh, complete. His lights out. He forgot he had to drive. That's it. So,
Yeah.
And yeah.
YouTube videos were simpler back then.
Yeah.
they were a lot simpler. And honestly, there's a lot of Salvia videos on YouTube. Some are way more terrifying than that, for sure, where people like jumping out windows and stuff. So it's a rough. And my experience was not as peachy keen as that guy's. He seemed like he had a good time. And it's like, Yeah, it is not a good time.
White tornado. That's all I could take away.
White
from this
tornado.
That white
Zach.
tornado, like that's the best way I could describe it.
Like, I mean, that sounds like you had the experience that Megan Fox was supposed to have. Like, you know, like
She could have. She might have. You know, I mean,
I guess
salvia
so.
and ayahuasca are two different things, but you know, that hell for eternity resonated with me. That sounds like spot on. So
Like it really sounds like on the shows where it says like you could choose a side, like you know when the person dies or something like that, and they're like, "All right, let's look at your life these last like 20 some odd years, and then like, do you want to go back? Do you want to stay here?" Seemed like one of those moments,
right?
Like, yo, you want to stay in this eternal hell? Also, I feel like because she's like an actress, though, make me nervous. Like, did you really go through that? Or are you just kind of like saying it because it's going to help you and your boyfriend's persona?
No, I believe her. When you say something like that, that sounds like words of experience somebody who's been through.
And like looking at Machine Gun Kelly for like 12 hours tripping.
That's an eternity in hell for sure.
This willow tree of pink leather.
That's too funny.
Although I do like what Travis Barker's been doing lately.
Yeah.
Producing all these young guys.
That's how you're
I
supposed
don't
to do it.
actually.
Yeah, really?
I am like my hot take on that is as soon as I see featuring Travis Barker, I'm out.
Why?
100%.
Yeah.
Because
Are you a Travis
man,
Barker fan in general, like before this?
No, I mean I met Travis. He did KFMA Day, and I was, you know, like we hung out. We were boys. When I say hung out, like I, you know, briefly said, "Hey, Travis," but I did not like him. I mean, he was actually. I had nothing against Travis and stuff. He was fine in person, but like the music and stuff is too polished, too fake, and then it's this whole like privilege meets pop punk, you know, like Will Smith starts a song and then like so that's a radio song. There's like saying it's guarantee hits, but it's really just pop garbage. And what does he do really? I'll hold that thought. I'm gonna say this on the air.
Ooh,
hot takes.
Nice.
Rock
I'll be in on
2.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Hanging out with my friends Aaron and Matt Man, and we want to talk about this. We were talking about this off air, but this is my hot take of the day because Aaron's a big fan of Travis Barker and the songs that he's been producing. He says he thinks that Travis is giving a bunch of these kids opportunities whenever he produces a song. But I personally, whenever I see featuring Travis Barker on a song, I'm immediately out. I just don't like it. I know that for me, it's garbage. And I'll tell you why. And Machine Gun Kelly and Machine Gun Kelly, but Machine Gun Kelly is a relevant argument here. This featuring Travis Barker nonsense, like, let's be real. He's a drummer. He's a good drummer.
Yeah.
Right? He's not reinventing the wheel. He's not coming up with beats that are so, revolutionary.
Self-taught drummer.
Right. You know, maybe it's because I was a fan of hip hop as well growing up. You don't see songs produced by Dr. Dre saying featuring Dr. Dre.
Yeah, no.
I see that side. Yeah.
Okay.
That's first and foremost.
Right.
Secondly, do we need an extended drum intro on every song featuring Travis Barker?
You're not lying. So when there's a Travis Barker feature track, there is like a nice 30-second drum solo.
Right.
It's
like featuring this is my feature, guys.
It's probably just him BSing too. Just like
right. Okay. And then the artist
I
that
see
he's
what you're
working with, he's essentially just repackaging failed artists and privileged kids like Willow Smith. That's Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith's daughter, who, she had a song called like Whip Your Hair back in the day.
Yeah.
That was kind of like a pop song, and now she's transitioning into what this is, emo punk. And that is not what any of punk rock or rock and roll in general should be standing for or represents. It doesn't represent any of that. It's straight up like watered down pop music. It's music that is not timeless.
Right.
It's very dated. And in 5 years from now, you're going to look back being like, I can't believe I listened to that garbage.
Oh yeah, but the whole thing is like, I'm a 30-year-old guy, so I grew up listening to a lot of the pop punk, emo, kind of, all sorts of different punk stuff. Anywhere from Sendins to Blink-182, whatever. So these producing all these young Gen Zs to like this emo pop punk stuff while making it sound like something they're used to hearing, I think. So it's kind of like, it's less of like the actual featuring Travis Barker songs. It's more of just kind of like putting energy into an old style that I grew up loving. So we're getting new stuff kind of in an old style, a little twist.
Aaron, we're old. That's what you're saying, man. And we're trying, hey, kids, listen to this. This is real music.
It sounds like member bear stuff, but yeah, the nostalgia factor is getting you, but it's not authentic. So when you say Blink 182, that pop punk rise and everything, they were pop punk musicians, period. So it was authentic, and that's the reason why Blink 182 still holds up today, as opposed to all the garbage that Travis Barker is putting his name prominently on. And it's obviously a marketing ploy too, to just sell some extra units just by saying, hey, he helped, lay down the beat or even play drums over an existing beat. Because really, what is Travis Barker doing on these songs? I don't think he's that great of a producer.
He has very polished, specific sound when he produces a song. Like the guitars usually sound the same and all that kind of stuff. But you also got to think, this could also put some eyes on like curious Gen Zers that didn't know this. Now checking out like other good unknown pop punk bands, like you see like Turnstiles coming back. The story so far is getting blowing up, and like all these bands are good or kind of now like they're booking tickets, like they're upgrading their venues to bigger venues and stuff. It's just kind of like bringing the resurgence of like the lesser known bands too.
And he's involved with those bands as well.
He's just putting more eyes on the style.
But those guys are producing the music themselves. They have nothing to do. So that's going to be good. And then everything that he touches is not.
Hey, real quick, speaking of like Willow just inheriting like this rock band whole persona. Remember when Jada Pinkett Smith had a rock band?
Yes.
Wicked Wisdom?
Yes. And that was garbage. And honestly, like I remember her first single and I was like, this isn't going to work. It was called, it was named after the band featuring Travis Barker. And I was like, right off the bat, his garbage. Perfect.
Incite some great debates. That's what we do here.
Be Vegan Prevents.
Yeah.
I mean, presents. What is this? Is this going right?
Oh, if I said Be Vegan Presents featuring Travis Barker, then the show. Damn it. Oh, that's why I'll never interview Travis Barker on his show just because I don't want to feature him.
Hit me up if you're watching. Travis Barker. Yeah, I read your book.
Did you see him at the UFC? Well, did you see pictures? Because you didn't watch UFC fight.
Chloe.
Yeah, so this guy...
that kind of adds to your point of just being like, he's a Hollywood.
Well, he's actually kind of always been that way, too, just very quietly.
Really?
Like, he used to run around with, like Paris Hilton and the Kardashians years ago. And, like, he had that brief reality show.
Here, let me go the phones real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, let me go the phones real quick. Rock 102.1, who's this?
Beef, it's Nick.
Hey, Nick, what's up?
Hey, not much. Any way you could throw on some Kid Rock, Ball with the Ball?
I can see what I could do, but they don't allow me to mess with the playlist a little too much at this point. I have to start winning in ratings. I have to kick ass before I can start taking creative freedoms. All I can do right now is going to drop songs. So.
Bummer, buddy.
I know. Soon enough, though, dude. Give it a little bit of time, as we just hit the ground running. And I get my bosses off my ass and show them that I could do this, then I'll be able to kind of, be able to manipulate the playlist and make it better for me.
Oh, brother, you've been doing awesome, buddy. You've been doing awesome since we switched over, dude. So
thanks, Nick. Appreciate it. I'll see if if there's any Kid Rock coming up, I'll see if I can't push it up. So we'll see what happens.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Take it easy. Were you able to hear that in Q? You weren't, huh? That's weird. That's because you could hear when I have. Yeah, you can hear it now. But then when I turn on Aaron's mic, it cuts off. That's very weird.
We gotta write a list of things, Scott. These are all the problems we
in a whiteboard.
Today. Yeah, we were talking about a whiteboard. Yeah. We need a whiteboard.
Oh, I guess there's a whiteboard right there. Bigger whiteboard.
Yeah, you need one the size of this.
Yeah,
he said. A window. That's fine. I was hoping that guy was calling and say, "Hey, can you play some Travis Barker?"
yeah, that would have been great. Yeah, he asked for Kid Rock instead. I was like, I can't do that.
Bar to the bar, to bang,
I don't even think Kid Rock is in the playlist right now, to be honest with you.
No. He's like an overnight thing they play. Like here's some.
Right. I mean, I got
American
the
Badass,
White
but-
Stripes coming up next. Seven Nation Army, which is fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
What am I thinking of right now? I
Mike
just had a question
asks.
for you, but
Mike asks, Beef, do we here watching the stream help your ratings? Yes and no. I believe the stream definitely helps reach an audience. And while you're watching the stream, when you get in your car, if there's something that we're talking about that you want to hear more about, then you're going to be more prone to turn back on or turn on the radio and continue to listen to the conversation. So in that facet, yes, it does help the ratings. But does Nielsen count the stream as far as listenership? No. So they only count the radio, but it's also to get more inside baseball. We're in a diary market, so people write down what they listen to based off their memory. So I also have a theory that if you're watching a stream and you get a diary, you're not going to say whether or not you're listening to the radio. You're just going to be filling out that diary and fill out the first thing that comes to your mind. And, if you watch this show on this station, which I got the brand right behind me, you're going to be more likely to just write that down.
absolutely.
It's true.
Quick question: if you had
Yeah.
to listen to one of these two people on a desert island for the time that you were there, who would you listen to between Kid Rock or Yellow Wolf?
Yellow Wolf.
Yeah,
Yeah. Kid Rock did. Honestly,
I feel like they're both the same person, just different eras of.
They
I
are.
don't know much Yellow Wolf.
Well, it's.
I know he was on a Blink-182 song though. Speaking of Travis Barker,
Yeah. He's kind of like a trailer, even though Kid Rock was kind of fake trailer.
Trailer in Detroit.
Yeah,
Oh, interesting.
But he was fake.
Yeah.
He was
Like
he was a
Eminem.
poser. I'll say this about
Other side of the
Yeah,
tracks.
other side.
right. But with Kid Rock, I never thought Kid Rock was a great rapper. I always thought he was toy.
Yeah.
He had some good songs, but that's it. Yellow Wolf, on the other hand, has some songs and some bars, some wordplay and things like that I actually can fuck with.
You remember
So-
him on the Shady 2.0 cipher?
Yep, that was good. Yeah, and he has some songs that are good. So I actually would go with Yellow Wolf over Kid Rock all day long. They both have been accused of being racist, though.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think it's just what is it? Just the like feeling not accepted by the hip hop community. I think it's just that same conversation. It's just like being white in hip hop. How come you don't love us? All right, well, I'll make music for my core fans, and
Right.
like some resentment build in the hip hop community.
Right.
And all your songs become about being an underdog and no one respects me, so here's why to respect me, and that's like the whole thing.
Right. And I mean, the Confederate flag probably doesn't really help your case either. Just like, look at this.
Right.
Harlem, take that.
You got him.
Right. Robert Mania tries to have the radio and the stream on. He likes to double dip. You got something for us coming up next year, Aaron?
Ooh, like a segment?
Yeah.
Let's see. From your list or just from my head?
Well, I mean, either or. Which is better?
Let's see.
Uh-oh.
I didn't do any
Balls in your
homework.
court, man.
Oh. Well, I got two more segments, so I'll have you find one.
Beef
here.
tells me to come in unprepared.
I know, that's good. Well, then I'm gonna do the KFMA. You guys aren't gonna hear this, but you guys on the stream aren't gonna hear this music because I don't want to get the YouTube pulled. But I'm gonna be featuring Bad Flowers Family. This is a way for me to play some new music. Just play a little snippet of it. A little snippy do is what we call it.
Snippity snap.
This, yeah, snippity snip snap. These are all the different things we could say. Got a minute and 25. Getting ready for it. Be ready. Be right back.
Something interesting. Yeah. Love a good game.
Yeah, games are always good. We talk about not releasing your goldfish into ponds or lakes because they grow bigger than you think and contribute to poor water quality by mucking up the bottom sediments. And
What's in like news right now or something?
yeah, that's common.
Slow down complex.
Yeah, right. Slow down complex. Super slow down. So are goldfish really just a domestic pet? Like they're not found in the wild? Like like you would think they would have predators too, right? Like just do it.
Rock 2.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Of course, I have Aaron and Matt hanging out with me. And you know we got a Beef Vegan Presents competitive league. So here is what we do when we do the Beef Vegan Presents competitive league. We started the season last week. It was Matt versus DJ Lance. And I had them play a game, and whoever won that game got the first win of the season. We're going to be keeping tallies of our record as we progress, and the winner of the overall season will win a prize, and the loser will have to suffer some repercussions because of it, right? But now we're going into week 2. Matt is the defending champion, and I have Aaron here.
All right.
Yes, and so what we're going to do is a game called The Last Word. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a subject. You're going to give me a word that comes to your mind. We're going to start off, we'll give you each a round to start it off. And you have to go back and forth. Give me an example. Like I'll give you an example here. Say things you eat after a night of drinking. If I said that, I would go to Aaron first. You would say
super fries.
And then you would go, Matt, burger, right? And then so we go back and forth until the 30 seconds is up. Whoever gets the last word in is the winner of the round. Got any questions?
So he's kind of just say stuff. I'm in.
I guess that has to make sense too, right? I can't just say like
exactly.
goldfish.
Yeah. You can't just say goldfish. All right, here we go. We're gonna play the last word.
Last word.
All right, we'll start off with the champion.
Okay, got to stay at him.
Okay,
yeah, I'm staring you down for this one.
All right, reasons you would grunt. Go.
Sex.
Aaron.
Dang, I was gonna say intercourse. Reason I grunt. Weightlifting.
Okay.
Hooping.
I see why he's the champ. Working.
Reason you would grunt.
Reason I would grunt. Voiceover acting.
Okay.
Stub toe.
Okay.
Dang, he's good. Okay. Now stub toe.
All right, that is it.
That's the hardest game I've ever played.
Matt round one. Matt didn't even flinch while he was playing this. It's like he written down the answers in advance. So good job on winning round 1. He is the champion.
How often are you grunting?
I'm always grunting.
I don't know if your commentary while you're like telling him how good he is while playing the game against him is really a helpful strategy here.
You know, it's giving me a second to avoid dead air.
Okay. Well, again, Matt won round 1. We're gonna start off with Aaron for round 2.
Right.
Okay.
Nice.
I hope you're ready for this one.
I'm ready for this one.
Okay. The subject is let's see. Items that operate with batteries. Go.
Vibrator.
Okay.
Remote.
So confident.
Xbox controller.
Okay.
Cellular phone.
Cell phone. Yep.
phone,
Yeah.
Flashlight.
Okay.
Ooh, smoke detector.
Okay. Running out of time.
With batteries, huh? Watch.
Flashlight.
You already said flashlight. So Aaron, he already said flashlight.
Play it back.
Okay, I'll play it back on the stream. You can watch it later, see if you got screwed, but you didn't. Okay, so now we're all tied up. This will be the final round, the tiebreaker round. We'll go back to Matt, the champion. Okay, and 30 seconds are on the clock. All right. Here is the topic. This one's going to be a little tougher here. Things you find under your bed. Go, Matt.
Empty water bottles.
Okay.
Loose socks.
Okay.
Change.
Your
Okay.
cell phone.
Yep.
Old clothes.
Yep.
Monsters.
I'll allow it.
Frisbee.
Okay.
I just naming anything now. Gym clothes.
Okay.
Gym bag.
Yep.
Empty bags of chips.
Yep.
Computer speaker.
iPhone charger.
It looks like the time ran out. Computer speaker is suspect.
I find my computer speakers under the bed all the time.
Look, which
Well, I don't. Okay, I got words about that. Computer speakers are always usually wired into
Yeah.
your computer.
Yeah.
It's not like a loose speaker or something that could
see,
roll
here's the
under
thing.
there.
My wires are really long, so when they're on the computer desk, they get knocked over.
I mean, he
Find
doesn't
them
even
under the bed.
he doesn't even have a laptop. Oh, you know what? Since there is controversy around that, we're gonna do one more round, and there is no room for error on this one because there are right and wrong answers. So I will start with Matt again, and we'll give him this opportunity. Whoever wins this round wins the game. And the way we're gonna do this is cities in your state. So cities in Arizona, go.
Phoenix.
Tucson.
Prescott.
Colorado City.
What?
That's a city.
Is it? All right, Yuma.
Safford.
It's not. I'm not from here. Congress.
That's not a city.
That's not. It's a city. It's like by Vegas.
Bisbee.
Okay.
Bisbee, okay.
Bilby one.
Bilby?
Bilby.
No, I think that's a Lord of the Ring character. Keep going.
Okay. I don't know.
Oh, this was
All right.
They set me up.
kryptonite.
They set me up.
Yeah, see, I was good at this one because there's no wrong answers.
He's from
That's
Arizona.
right.
I am not from Arizona.
Okay.
That's right. He's from California.
That's right. All right. It's fair.
All right. So there you have it. The champion was dethroned, and now we have a win on the board for Aaron as well. So the record in the BFM Presents Competitive League, Matt Man is 1-1. He's 500, and right now Aaron's on the board with one win.
Just not much of
No
a grunt
losses.
guy.
Yeah. All right, we got more show, including a song that you should be listening to in your KFMA radar. I'm going to be playing that for you next.
Good shit.
That was a good game.
That was funny.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, I like that game a lot. Vibrator. You said vibrator so confidently. I was like, oh, that's the first thing you're going with, huh? Oh. Rio Rico. Tombstone would
All
be
right.
good. Winslow.
That's made as a place in Arizona. I'm not sure.
Bilby?
Congress. Well, we
Congress,
allowed
Arizona.
Congress.
Yeah, I love that one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. I don't know. My girl got stranded there one day.
Oh, no.
Tell me about it. It's in a Yavapai County.
Oh, you should have saved that one for like the killer at the end.
Yeah. Nobody would have saw that coming.
I didn't have any more cities. Name all.
See, I think about Colorado City all the time. That's why
Can
I
you
was
say
thinking, yeah.
Scottsdale or is that like part of Phoenix?
That's a
Scottsdale City.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't even
okay.
think about doing like Phoenix cities.
Right.
Honestly, yeah, you go around the entire valley
Yeah.
and name a bunch of stuff. That's like Scottsdale, Paradise Valley,
Mesa.
Glendale, Mesa, Gilbert, Surprise,
Well,
Buckeye. You know,
there it is.
Yeah.
Lost that. But I feel like if I was to open that jar, boom, I lost that.
That's true.
'Cause, you know,
That's true.
Phoenix.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it wouldn't have been a winning strategy. But
sports teams. Gotta
Sports teams.
well, you know what?
Yeah.
Let's do a
MMA
bonus
fighter.
round. Bonus round right now. Okay.
know, man.
Well, I don't care.
Yeah.
We're doing it. All right. So we'll start off with Aaron since Matt came up with the subject. Sports teams, go.
Aaron first.
Oh yeah. Oh, thanks.
Yeah, Aaron
Okay.
first. Wait. Ready?
We got to get more specific. We
Okay,
doing, like,
okay, let's say-
professional sports teams.
Yeah, professional sports
Okay.
teams.
Any sports in particular?
Come on, man. You're being too particular. Oh, we'll say, okay, NFL
Basketball
sports
team.
teams.
NFL, okay.
All right, NFL sports teams without repeating, go.
Raiders,
Eagles.
Cowboys.
Colts.
You said Eagles.
Huh?
Yeah,
You said-
you already
okay,
said
I
Eagles.
didn't hear that. Giants.
Football team.
Love that one.
Yeah, football team.
49ers.
Washington.
Seahawks.
Rams,
Buccaneers,
Chargers.
Dolphins,
Let's go. What other region can I start going after? Colts,
Broncos.
Jaguars.
Oh, Matt got it. Time is up. So he got the last word.
But
Yes.
I'm still 1-1.
Very nice. Yeah, still 1-1. But that was a good bonus round. You did well.
Thank you.
Yeah, I do love that game.
That's an ego.
Yeah, I'm gonna come up with a bunch of different
Do you do
topics for
fantasy
that.
football every year?
I try to. I was doing it here, but it cheat, so I just stopped playing with
They
it.
do?
Yeah. Well, one guy cheats, like he like gives everybody like what's the shit called? Like coupons to restaurants that we do in trade.
Oh,
So it's
yeah.
like, here's a $20 coupon for the steakhouse if you trade me fucking DK Metcalf. And it's like, okay,
Yeah, all right.
Season over.
Well, if we're both here on Wednesdays, we can have people set their lineups for Thursday.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Give some questionable advice.
Right.
Some
You do
guarantees-
fantasy football every year?
Yeah.
Did you win last year?
No.
What do you do? Do you do it what, like the downtown like bar community or?
We don't not many sports fans in the downtown
Really?
bar community. At least not at least on the brewery community.
That's fair.
Yeah. But I still I have a group with all my high school friends and a group with all my college friends. That's kind of like the way we all keep in touch every year.
Okay. Very cool.
Like it's very competitive.
Does it? What's the pot look like?
Well, it's just like it's like $50 buy-in each, which is a lot for me, you know,
Right,
in the brewery
No,
industry.
that's hot. No, that's hot.
But the last place guy has to go to Chick-fil-A and eat 100 chicken nuggets.
Oh yeah.
So it becomes like
So he's spending his $50 in chicken.
yeah. So the idea used to be like you stay in there until they're gone, but it just took way too many hours. So now we just live stream it, and we all try to go to some guy's house and he just eats chicken nuggets for the entire night.
Have you seen that video of the guy at Waffle House sitting down because he lost fantasy football and he had to like eat like I forget like 100 pancakes or something like that. He had to stay there like I don't know. Let me see if I can't pull it up. But
Is that one of those things where you have to eat like 24 waffles or something?
Yeah,
And for each
yeah.
one you eat, just one less hour you have to spend there.
Exactly. That's
Yeah,
what
I've heard of that. I've never seen the video though.
But he just looks so sad. And, let me see. Can I pull this up? Yeah, he fantasy league bet that ended with 15-hour Waffle House trip.
Those damn 24-hour places.
Getting said, audio's up again.
Check.
Okay,
they should be good.
I was worried they missed that gold about the goldfish segment we had.
Yeah. I thought we should have went with it. Nah. But really, like, I didn't think goldfish were that, you know.
Well, yeah, what are they like? I don't think anyone's like dropping fish food onto the ocean for
Yeah,
them,
right.
You know?
So
Like,
it's like-
so what do they eat?
I guess they just become scavengers, right? Like,
Yeah, well, goldfish get his fish. They get as big as the bowl, right? So
Yeah.
those goldfish, they're invasive, and you know,
I did have a violent albino goldfish, so our apartment was like really dark,
Yeah.
and then like it just all the fish started dying. So anytime we try to put new fish in, he would kill them, and then he
Dang.
just started losing his color and orange. Like he just wouldn't die. You know, goldfish die like they're supposed to die like 3 weeks.
Right.
He didn't die.
Uh-huh.
Never died. So they just started. He became territorial. We have to scoop out another fish every time we drop one in.
Gotta put this guy into some studies or
Yeah,
something.
right. There's a large white goldfish this big. It's not safe.
They're not
Still
even
around to
koi
this day?
fish.
I don't know. Probably. that was like in 2000. So
Oh, so for sure.
yeah.
I'll show a picture of this goldfish. Actually. So this goldfish is impressive, though. Where are we seeing this?
Probably in the lake somewhere.
Yeah.
Probably the one we looking up.
No, where did I put it on the show sheet?
Oh man.
Oh, did you not see that on the show sheet? You guys saw that?
What's that?
The goldfish, the giant goldfish.
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't put it in the show sheet, but I did see it. It is huge.
Oh, check this out. Vaping company Dr. Dabber reportedly offers Sha'Carri Richardson $250,000 to be company spokesperson.
Who's Sha'Carri Richardson? Is that a
The track star that got
Oh, yeah.
Olympics
So
for smoking.
weed vape.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah,
Yeah.
Shout out to her.
Yeah. I don't think she's gonna take it.
Yeah, probably.
I think she still wants to compete, even though she got screwed on being in the Olympics, and
Yeah.
people are calling out on it. But yeah, she's
Yeah.
They don't really smoke.
Trying to be the best.
I thought we were past that whole thing now with the Michael Phelps stuff.
I know. Yeah, he's all pulling bong rips and then winning gold medals.
I guess he never got like positive tested while competing though. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
All
right.
Tokyo, strange place.
Yeah. Play this song.
No draws and vending machines, but
20 seconds here.
whatever.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. The legend, the man, the myth, back with Loser. It's time to get into your Rock 102.1 KFMA dar, and I'll have a cool little intro for that. But the band that I want to talk about and feature for you today on this Wednesday morning is Bad Flower. I've talked about Bad Flower before as one of my favorite bands of 2021 because I just think that they're on fire right now. They just announced that their sophomore album, This Is How the World Ends, is about to drop, and they just released a brand new single called Family. It's what you're hearing in the background right now. With the soothing guitar riffs, greets listeners and carries them towards lead singer Josh Katz's somber delivery. The first half of the song features little instrumentation. It's very subtle, very simple, and then it builds up to a steady drum beat before focusing on the vulnerability and then unleashes it like a tsunami of music and rage and emotion that comes and slaps you across the face. Family is one of those songs that rock and roll needs right now. And it marks the first piece of new music from Bad Flower since the release of F the World in March. And that song is beautiful, haunting, melodic, and heavy. It is everything that heavy metal and rock and roll, again, needs to be in 2021. So Bad Flower is at the forefront, and I'm going to bring this up a little bit so you can hear a little bit more of this song, Family. Check it out. There you go. Bad Flower. The song is called Family. It's going to be off their album, which is their sophomore album. This Is How the World Ends, and it's coming soon. And that is on my Rock 102.1 KFMA radar. We got one more segment we're going to leave with you before we go. So stick around. It's Beef Vegan Presents. Clear.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you like that song? And
Yeah.
this is the way. Now, I can't touch the playlist, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the way to be able to play and feature new music,
Right.
is to making it an informative segment. And again, I apologize to people watching on the stream. Obviously, you didn't hear that, but I can't play it because YouTube copyright, blah, 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 blah.
Beef said he would sing it a little bit for you though.
Yes.
Just so you get an
We're
idea.
waiting for it.
Oh, yeah, no, I did not say that.
I'm looking for any kind of performance from Beef Vegan.
You're
whether
getting
singing or rapping. Did you know Beef was a rapper?
Oh, he's been telling me for years, over and over again.
I'm waiting.
I should have actually. I do.
16s.
I do have. I have my Gravy Blue songs right here. I could play you.
No, we
clip.
need 16.
Now, this is funny. I know. Well, I mean,
Kinda
I
like a 5 Fingers of Death Punch thing for you.
like
Yeah, for me.
I recorded and released an album in 2003 with my band. Yeah. And I called it A Feast for the Famished. My band was called Gravy Blue. I dig it. I thought it was timeless music. It was not Gravy Blue.
Okay.
It meant like Gravy Blues, right? Because rap is blues. But it's not timeless. The KLPX streamers that I have here heard some of it before. They're not necessarily fans of it.
Lightly.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, I do have this this reggae breakdown here. I'll play this for you.
All right, let's do it.
Because I do like this. Let's see. And since I didn't copyright it, it's fair. It's fair game.
Radio station. Right now. It's just a transition from us technicians at Gravy Blue. Wish somebody knew what I know right now. I thought I told somebody knew, but they knew. I wish somebody knew what I know right now. I wish somebody knew, but they knew. I wish somebody knew what I know right now. I wish somebody knew, but they knew. I'm a walking contradiction, talking oddly, wanna listen to me argue a little part of me that's gone missing. Always had this condition of wishing to be different from chicks. To my addictions, what a fucked up life that this is. But love it like a sister, pull the plug.
Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm all jamming out, and people on the stream are hearing it, but I forgot Matt and Aaron can't hear it, so they got to hear it through this Q speaker. As ridiculous as that sounds, I got to run it back. I'm going to run it back. I apologize.
That must be better if that was our reaction.
Yeah, right.
Right. Yeah. Well, in fact, actually, I covered up your faces. I covered up your faces on the stream because your reaction was so bad. I'm like, I don't want people to see that. All right, I'm gonna start this over again. I gotta take Aaron's mic out, and I apologize for putting you through this, guys, again. But this is just the reggae breakdown of my punk rock song, Bati New. Check it out.
Change your radio station right now. It's just a transition from us technicians at Gravy Blue. Wish somebody knew what I know right now. I thought I told somebody knew, but they knew. I wish somebody knew what I know right now. I wish somebody knew, but they knew. I wish somebody knew what I know right now. I wish somebody knew, but they knew. I'm a walking contradiction, talking oddly, wanna listen to me argue to the little part of me that's gone and missing. Always had this condition of wishing to be different from chicks. To my addictions, what a fucked up life that this is. But love it like a sister, pull the plug, cause a finger in my butt is not enough to have the stuff to be a singer. It sucks to be the winner when your luck is just beginning. Time's up, look where you're living, 6 kids with different women. Mixing business and bitches can really fuck up every Christmas. But 2 of my kids are Jewish, I can't do 8 more days of this. You must be tripping, I'm an independent deadbeat on a mission. Make a long and last impression, or submit to dad's depression. Well, these are words I never said, I get this last confession. I'm a walking contradiction, now this song is definition. I wish somebody knew what I know right now. I wish somebody knew what I knew. I wish somebody knew what I know.
What?
Very happy.
What were you expecting?
I thought you're like, hardcore rapping kind of stuff. I didn't know it was like reggae.
Well, that was reggae.
Rap.
I've done like lots of, that was my walking contradiction thing, right? And
that you
then,
still used to this day, so that's cool that, that's followed you.
Yeah, no, it is. This is,
it's not bad.
All right. Okay.
Was that the band singing in the background?
Yeah, and harmonizing.
Gotta find some more Jamaicans.
Let's see. Volume temperature does not match the format.
Y'all sound like Cool Runnings.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Here, I got this one. I'm gonna do one more.
Let's do it.
One more.
Now I'm back, but you could say this is the first time you heard rhymes from Brad, the cat that raps about his third eye. With burnt mind intact, I earned a chance to mend a curse life. To left, I see success and bliss. I guess that's when I turned right. The shirt's dry, but I bet my sweat ingested is a sure high. Passing out with birds flies and waking up to her cries. I'm scared ride, my nerves might confirm my nightmares. The surprise, the strangers told the change it might spare. I'm right there for now, but looking for a way out. This my only way up. If I don't make it, I'll stay down as a slave with an apron tied around his waist belt. I'm too high to say help. Passing time, watching my face melt. If this tape sells, it may help the cause, but not the person. Cause my Uncle Mark says I can't rap all black, cause my last name's Furman. Damn.
Yeah, it's all right. I like that. My last name Furman.
Yeah. So that was
let them know.
That was a Mark Furman reference to the OJ trial. It was a big deal, right? So yeah. So it's not spelled the same. It's 2003. It's still somewhat relevant, but so So I said, my Uncle Mark says I can't rap all black because my last name's Furman.
Yeah.
So he goes, Mark Furman was a notorious racist.
Right.
When I was in, and I'm not related to Mark.
Yeah, I get it. I like it.
No, you guys have to play around. If you don't like it, don't like it. It's 2003. It's fine.
Keep breaking it down. So Mark Furman, notorious racist.
Right. Well, so
can't be rapping all black.
Most rap songs I listen to, I like to be described every bar after. Just to make sure I got it.
I'll say this. So the story behind that, and the reason why I say that is because I went to military school, right? And I had a black CO.
Yeah.
And he's like, Furman, huh? And this is during the time of the OJ trial. It was like 97-ish. And he's like, Furman, huh? He's like, any relation? And my smart dumb ass goes, Uncle Mark? No.
Uncle Mark?
Yeah, Uncle Mark? No. And he's like, drop it, give me 100. I'm like, fuck. It's because I couldn't help but make a joke because I'm an idiot. And I have no relation, and
the line is definitely not worse than what John Mayer said. He's nickname is Dig to David Duke because it just doesn't get up racist, to black women. So
no, do you find that? I mean, that wasn't offensive or racist sounding, right? That wasn't offensive or racist.
No, not at all. But I'm just saying, you could have went the John Mayer route,
right? If I had any kind of John Mayer thoughts. Luckily, I do not.
New album Friday, Sob Rock, Columbia Records,
featuring Travis Barker.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I got not too many good reviews.
I don't think it's that bad.
For real.
I'll have to play you some frack sometime, Beef.
You could have told me you dropped that last week, and I still have the same reaction.
2003, man.
2003, like that's.
The rap game changed. And
compared to music today, this is.
If I was still rapping, I think
you make it right now.
Off the rappers who've come out.
It sounds like a good live band.
Have you heard T-Pain's
Very good.
T-Pain was yelling at everybody saying, stop making the same music. We have two people in this industry named Baby doing the same thing.
I know.
Everything that you want, we already have, or everything that you're doing, we already have. So switch it up. He had a meltdown.
All right, here's what we got to do, right? We got about a minute. Aaron, you're going to lead the last segment. So I'm going to say that that's all the time that we have here on the show. And Aaron, I want you to say, before we go, can I leave you with this? And I'll be like, absolutely. And I want you to do the last story at 9:50.
I've been eyeing this thing.
Yeah, that's a good story.
Yeah.
It's a good story to end on.
Do I have to go to the article?
You can, and that'll help. Or you could just,
riff on it?
Yeah, riff off the information that's given in that.
This sounds like Aaron content. It's called Only Farts.
That's what I titled it. Yeah. It's brilliant because
it's the reason I'm out here.
Yeah. Once you
Aaron farts.
Aaron, I need you to do a fart story. Can you come in Wednesday?
Yeah. I'm saving the story just for you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I could beat Riff Raff. Yes. Thanks, David. Riff Raff is an idiot, though. So, all right, last segment. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. It's STP. You listen to Beef Vegan Presents. It's been a fun show, but we're running out of time, so we're gonna have to head out of here.
All right. Well, as the last segment, I did a little research online and I just found this new story. So, title of it is called Only Farts.
Okay.
So if you haven't heard, the story is going viral again. So this is not the first time this has come up.
Oh, there's a recircle. People love fart stories, so I can understand why we go viral again. What is the story here?
All right. So it's actually it's kind of a nice story. So a 48-year-old married mother claims she makes $4,200 a month by selling videos of herself passing gas online.
Wait. Okay, so she's making $4,200 a month for just farting online. That there's a fetish for everything. There's enough people to pay to listen to her fart.
Freaks will pay for anything.
Well, and it's not just easy work. So she follows a special diet. She dedicates a lot of time to this craft of hers.
Okay,
yeah,
scrap craft.
It's her craft. Yeah. So basically, she only records videos when she's alone in the home, and then she posts them for her 300 OnlyFans followers, who each pay $4.99 a month to get access. And if you ask me, I like what she's doing.
Are you gonna subscribe?
I'm not personally gonna subscribe, but yeah, she got 2 kids at home. You got to make a living somehow, and she could be doing much worse things on some of these websites for $4,200 a month.
So that is brilliant. She turned her OnlyFans into an OnlyFarts.
That is right.
Major.
I love it. Well, then, yeah, we'll end that on a high note, especially if you're smelling farts. Thank you for that story, Aaron. Thank you for coming in. Matt, thank you for hanging out all morning as well.
No doubt.
Thank you guys so much for listening. Tomorrow morning, we continue the show. DJ Lance Fairchild is going to be hanging out with me, and I'll tickets giveaway for Pop Evil, and we'll have those fun games all over again. Riley's up next. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local.
When you wish upon a side of beef, soon will come an end to all your grief. But if you've been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.